battlefield. Armor shines, blades are wielded. Dragons roar, shadows yield. Heroes stand bold and shielded. In the night, monsters creep. Torches light, stakes are steep. Magic flows, secrets keep. Adventurers' promises deep. Roll the dice, we take flight. Blazing trails in dark of night. Roll the dice, hearts unite. In the quest we find our light. Dungeons hold ancient lore. Whispers cold from days of yore. Riddles old, treasures stored. Champions chase, legends war. Through the storm, we fight on. Wizards cast, we're never gone. Epic tales till the dawn. Our spirits bright lead us on. In the light of the moon's glow, in our hearts we know every path that we sow. Tales of valor grow. Ancient war, whispers cold from days of yore. Riddles old, treasures store. Champions chase, legends war. Through the storm, we fight on. Wizards cast, we're never gone. Epic tales till the dawn. Our spirits bright lead us on. In the light of the moon's glow, in our hearts we know every path that we sow. Tales of valor grow.
Len.
Hello, everybody. We are live for another episode of our awesome D&D campaign, where the group is getting ready to enter the town of WallsFar for the first time, meet the Lord, and I don't know. We'll see what happens. How are my players doing tonight?
Doing good, man. Ready to play some D&D. Glad
Yeah,
you like the
ready.
heat, Caleb. Glad you guys like it.
Waiting to kill some people here.
Wait to kill some people?
Yeah.
Not innocent people, right?
We'll let the gods
They're
decide.
not innocent.
We'll let the gods decide who's innocent. It's just our job to send them there.
So tonight we are dedicating this stream to an awesome fallen friend of mine who we lost back in October to cancer, unfortunately. And he would have been here playing with us tonight had he had the opportunity, because his character in my world is going to be introduced tonight. His name was Jonathan Bradley, and he was an amazing guy. And we lost him way too soon. And we miss you, John. We love you, John. And I hope I do justice of your character. So before I get all choked up and emotional, we're gonna do a better send off to him on Thursday when Korgoth is back with us. And so this stream tonight we'll be introducing Sir Jonathan Ladslowl. That is his character in the book. And I will bring up his photo. And that's literally what he looks like in real life. So my artist did a really good rendition of him for his character. So, and he was excited to play his own character tonight, but unfortunately we lost him before he could. So tonight's stream is for my buddy. Okay. But that's Lord Jonathan Ladslowl. He is the leader of the town of WallsFar. And as you guys entered the town, this is where you're going to be going first. But before we do, let's say hi to our awesome chat and see what we got. We have Kiwi first, as always. Thank you, Miss Kiwi. Like, subscribe, share. Awesome. We have the amazing Nikki. What's up, Nikki? Thank you for joining us tonight. And we have Caleb. Hello, Caleb. Thank you for coming and joining us tonight. And we hopefully will do everybody proud tonight and have some fun. So, does anybody want to do a quick little recap of where we left off?
Well, Dana, I don't know. We still might be. Our feelings may still be a little hurt. We's
I don't know
not
what you're
happy
talking
about the Noka witch, witches. We ain't the only thing we got was the king. We'll just say, yeah, I can say that much. We got the king. Aabraxxis pulled some fuckery. Mosaic's no more.
Yep.
No, Livaria was not Livaria. It was a Noka witch.
Betrayal.
I know. It's heartbreaking. It really is, Dana.
I don't know what you're talking about.
And our poor Adela got stabbed and she's bleeding out. We brought her back into the castle. Hope that she healed a little. Got some healing action going on. We all rushed in. Which, by the way, we were outside fighting of WallsFar's gates. WallsFar's gates. WallsFar. I know I always say it wrong. And I just, the librarian and all these folks knew we were coming. And they heard this commotion, Dana. I still have questions I would like to ask the librarian when we get up in here. Why did they come outside when they heard all the commotion?
Very good question. I'm not too sure.
I know. I got some questions tonight if we did, or whenever we see this librarian. Got some questions for him.
You will be getting to him very soon. But first, we will be going into the town. I'm just getting my other computer open because I don't know where my paperwork went, as always. So I'm a little disheveled tonight. So we had some awesome fun time with Aabraxxis last episode. I think he gave Snitch a little bit of a headache. He was a little hurt, feeling not so well after we got that awesome message from Aabraxxis, make Aabraxxis great again.
Boo.
Cheater.
Hello, Miss Dracula. How are you? Thank you for joining tonight. Yes, and I do also want to shout out Josh McKee from his Etsy shop. He is provided a lot of the pieces we're playing with tonight. His link is in the description of the chat for anybody who wants to check out some of his pieces. And he's an awesome guy, and he does really good work. And I'm going to be getting some custom pieces from him very soon that should be arriving relatively soon. We got a bigger base for our big old Dragonborn there because he's so big. He doesn't fit on his base.
What are you talking about? This old stuff?
Big old Dragonborn that doesn't fit on nothing.
Hey.
I swear.
I am proportionately sized.
I swear. Of course, you have to be the biggest monstrous thing on the board besides Korgoth's Beholder.
Biggest beast with the biggest being.
So, yes. So we will start off tonight. As you guys were entering the town, I know you were a little put off because nobody came out to help you. But as you walk in the town, and I will have the map uploaded come Thursday, I'm just putting some finishing touches on it. So you'll have the full map of the town for the next episode. I just did not have a chance to fully finish it So I apologize that you have no visual tonight for the town, but it will be done for Thursday. And as you guys walk into the town, you could basically see that these dark times have really kind of they've taken loss from it, and you could see that they're not as vibrant, and the townsfolk are pretty standoffish. And as you guys are like walking by trying to figure out what's going on, nobody's really kind of they're paying attention to you, but as you make eye contact, they almost kind of shuffle off because they've really been closed off for their gates have been closed for almost 100 years. They've completely cut themselves off from the outside world. So, and you can tell by just the state of the town, you could see it's almost very run down. It's very broken. Their resources are solely from what they get from internally in the town. So there's not trade here. There's not very much going on. So you could tell that they've kind of they've really become beaten from the darkness that is within the territory. And they've completely almost shut themselves off. And the only reason why you guys were able to get in the town is because you presented them and showed the gatekeeper your pendants that Adelaide gave you and requested to speak to Jonathan. And Shara kind of made demands of her own, and they proceeded to let you in. And that's the only reason why they let you in. So as you are escorted to the gatekeeper is escorting you through the town, you arrive to Jonathan's home. They don't have a castle here. He just lives in a big property within the town. It's not a castle. It's just a very big house that's almost at the far end of where you are. A long dirt road, and you're passing farms. You're passing where people live. There's small little area of shops and stuff like that. So as you enter Jonathan's home, you can see that the gatekeeper kind of tells you guys to wait there as he goes to tell Jonathan that you're there. And as you're entering and you're brought into he's sitting at a desk. So it's almost like an office, but he's at a big desk and he's talking to three other I will call them soldiers of his and they're all kind of huddled over his desk, looking at different maps and discussing things and talking about things. And as soon as you kind of are entered into the room, he notices you and he dismisses the three gentlemen that he's talking to. Can somebody please roll me a perception check?
And I'm gonna say hello to Kate.
I did not see Kate. I'm on the branch.
No, she just popped in. I was just waiting for you to finish telling us.
Oh yeah, nope, I didn't go back to the comments yet. Hello, my goddess of knowledge.
She's rained out. Aabraxxis is through her a thunderstorm.
Oh, you see, he's trying to mess with you, so you can't help the players.
I know.
I rolled a 33 for perception.
Okay, and Valerie also rolled a 37. So as you're like looking at the gentleman hovering over Jonathan, you happen to notice that one of them, when Jonathan was not looking, rolled up one of the maps on his desk and proceeded to almost take it. Like he stole it. So as he pockets this map and walks by you, Valerie you can see a change in Valerie. She notices something and she becomes very on guard and on edge after these three beings kind of walked by her. So she kind of keeps her cool. She doesn't really bring too much attention to it, but you could see that Valerie has noticed something.
And was it just Valerie, or did Valerie
noticed something different from Iolanth, but Iolanth noticed that he pocketed the map.
Okay. I guess so we noticed that they noticed something, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so Val, what? You all right?
But Iolanth specifically noticed that this one of them pocketed one of the maps that was on his desk.
I'm kind of turning to look at Val. Are you okay?
And Valerie kind of looks at you and she's just like, you could see, and she's just like, we have a problem. And as you guys walk up, Jonathan proceeds to greet you, and he's like, I'm sorry that we heard the scuffle that was outside our walls, and I apologize that nobody came to your defense, but we had no idea who you were. We just saw you fighting the wraiths, and we're our numbers are low, and every soldier I have here, they're not expendable. And had I known that it was, and he's looking at Shara and Valerie, had I known it was you, I definitely would have sent people to possibly try to help you. But so he's apologizing. He's very apologetic, and you could see he's just kind of like, something's on his mind. Like, because you see them looking at the maps, and he's almost, you could just tell, like he maybe discovered something or he's trying to figure something out, but you could tell that his mind is not in this moment.
I guess why Alderwrath, if you want to talk to Jonathan while I talk to Val for a minute.
Okay.
And Lila, let's see what's wrong with Val.
Okay.
And so we go over there. We're like, Val, what happened?
Val, what's wrong? What did you notice?
And she's like, and she looks at you, and you could just tell she's kind of like, she's antsy. Like she's got her hand like ready to she's on her weapon.
Whoa, like tell us first. Like what happened?
And she looks at you and she looks to her sister and she goes, did you not smell their foul stench? And it kind of catches Shara off guard, and Jonathan overhears your conversation. He's just like, what foul stench? And Valerie now makes her stance, and she goes, you have fallen amongst your ranks. Those 3 things that just walked by me, I could smell the shadow world all over them. They're fallen.
Oh shit. Are you sure? Like you like 100% sure? Because I mean we gotta heal. We're fucked.
And Shara replies, if my sister says she could smell the stench of the shadow world, and Jonathan gets very defensive. He's like, I've known them for so long, and they have been within my village for over 30 years now. They've saved people, and
how do you know it's them? We've met some creatures along the way that we thought were people, and then they turned into other creatures and snakes and all sorts of things. Are you sure?
Peter saved my life once.
Are you sure he's still Peter?
Why would a fallen save my life?
To get information.
Yeah, the king that we just killed outside your gates, he stabbed his queen in the back, literally and figuratively.
And Jonathan just kind of sits down in his chair, and he kind of like falls, and he's just like hands on his forehead, kind of.
How about you call him forth? Maybe we can figure this out right here and right now. If he's innocent, what is there to be afraid of?
I don't know how fallen could get. Our walls are warded against fallen and shadow creatures. There's no way they should have been able to even cross the threshold of our gates.
Then you got more problems than you think. Someone in your ranks must be a snitch or a rat or something. They're working for the dark side.
So Alderwrath's going to pull up his weapon, and instead of stalling, call them back. Otherwise, it's going to be your head.
And he proceeds to say, I don't know where they're off duty right now. The only thing I could think of is that every time that they leave, they're most likely at the local tavern.
To the tavern we go.
To the tavern.
To the tavern we go.
To the tavern.
And if they are the fallen, do you understand what we have to do? What we have to do?
And Valerie looks at you and she says, "Oh, we don't have to kill them. I have a way to get information from a fallen."
Oh, nice.
Waterboarding.
What are you going to be joining us, or are you going to be guarding your sister?
No, I will be joining you.
You'll actually be joining the fight this time?
I will be joining the fight this time. And the only reason why I didn't join the fight last time is someone had to keep Adelaide safe. You guys were busy fighting everybody else. None of you stood by her side.
And yet,
All right, guys, we don't have time to argue.
Yeah.
We need to go find out if these, because who knows what plans, if these guys are part of the dark side, there's no telling what they got planned in this town, just like we dealt in the last one. We need to get ahead of this.
And then Shara kind of looks to her sister and says, "Will you be able to get close enough to mark him? To mark any one of them?" And Valerie says, "Don't worry. I'll get close enough to mark them. And then we can get all the information we want from them." And Shara explains to you that there is a sacred ritual that fairies know that can place a special mark on the forehead of a fallen that cuts off their power source, rendering them basically useless to the shadow world. After that, the only one who can remove one of these marks from a fallen is a death god himself. And typically after one of these fallen becomes marked with this, a death god is not eager to remove it. They typically are just killed. So to them, it's a very easy way to be able to interrogate a fallen.
Would I be able to, this more of a, I guess, I don't know if this is a side note or, would I be able to ask the goddess knowledge if she would know how shadow like how they would break the barrier?
No one knows that information right now.
Gotcha.
Well, can you show us where the barrier is at some point as well? Because if they are, then they've probably already messed with it. And
he says the barrier's magic is kept within the town's temple, and it's under guard by the town's head clerics, Thayan and Elandra Delamar. They are the most powerful beings within the town, and Shara says they're amongst the most powerful mortals in the world.
what do you guys think? We need to go see these guys first? Did y'all notice anything else? Val or anybody else in the team?
Yes, I noticed that someone stole maps secretly and quickly got out of the room with them.
And Jonathan now becomes even more different. Now somebody stole, and he gets up, and Valerie takes out. Let me pull up Valerie's photo so you could see. Valerie.
I got my hand on my amulet. I'm ready to pull my bow out.
Valerie has these butterfly, almost chopsticks within her hair that are actually secret weapons. And she pulls one of them out from her hair, and she basically releases her wings and leaps over and proceeds to put one of them up to Jonathan's throat. And she's just like, "Trust me. If they're saying he took something, it's time for you to believe. If you don't believe, tell me here and now, and I'll slit your throat myself."
Oh boy.
Hang on, Val. Wait. Let's.
Yeah.
So she's basically on top of him, weapon to his throat.
Me and Lila, we're going up to her and kind of trying to
Calm her down.
not grab her, but just put your hand there let's hang on. We can work this out. We're gonna go figure it out. We don't have to kill this dude. He's obviously, these are his guys. He's worried. He's defensive about his people. I get it. He doesn't know what we've been through. I'm sure they've been through hell as well.
He's gonna help us out.
He can't be trusted.
That's fine, but we can figure this out. We'll figure it out.
Didn't you say that the queen let a
I don't sense anything from him though. Do you sense anything negative of the shadow world from him?
And she kind of, and she goes, "Just the lingering stench that they left behind."
So obviously he may be a fool, but that doesn't mean he's evil.
So, and
Isn't that
Shara
all the
kind of
thing?
comes over with you guys and is like, "Valerie, calm down. You will get your chance. you will get your chance. So she kind of steps back, and you could tell like she's battle hungry right now. Like she's like ready to go. Like this town is too important to like. And she kind of looks at John and she goes, I bet you he doesn't even know what lies beneath his town. And Jonathan's just like, lies beneath my town. Like he's looking at her very confused. Like there's
I'm
nothing
confused
beneath my
too.
town.
I'm looking at what is under.
You came to see the librarian, didn't you?
Yes.
Well, do you think he's within the town?
I assumed he had a little library somewhere topside.
Nobody knows he's here but a few.
Oh, I didn't know that was a secret. My bad.
And even Jonathan's like, there's no librarian here. And she's like, let's go speak to Thay and he will know.
Do we need to split up? Because I think we still need to go check out these mysterious guards as well.
Well, you also have Adelaide, and Jonathan says if anybody could heal her, it should be they would be able to heal her.
So would you call then? Are you going to make sure that we can find these guys later?
Yes, I would suggest that you go speak with Thay and Iolanth first, and then get your directions to which tavern they would possibly be in.
Okay, I'm good with that. Let's go, Val.
I just don't have artwork. I haven't generated anything for Thay and Iolanth yet, so we just don't have visuals for them. But when you get to them, I'll describe what they look like.
Yeah.
Imagination.
Hang on, let me write their names down again. Can you spell it for me?
Sure. Thayan is Theyn. Iolanth is Elandra. Their last name is Delamar. Dellamar. And they are both mortal clerics and they're battle clerics.
And you said mortal like human or not human, but
yes, humans in my world are called mortals.
All right. Immortal. All right. Awesome. So, should we let Val lead the way, or better yet, Adelaide maybe? Or actually, she's hurt, so
Jonathan will lead the way.
Okay.
So, as long as you guys are ready to go and have no more questions for Jonathan, as of right now.
Not as right now, because it sounds like we need to get Adelaide healed, and then we can go from there. Perhaps we can ask more when we're at the librarian.
Yeah, we don't want to give them too much time to get ahead of us. So
I'm sorry, I'm behind on the chat. Let's see what everybody's saying. Caleb says, they went to find the leader of the town and noticed 3 dudes that stole a map from him. They're shadow creatures, and now they'll go to the tavern to question them. That's, I believe, their plan. Yes. And he also says, fallen creatures from the depths of thine own nightmares. Those that the dark consumes may still looketh like humans, and yet no humanity is to be seen. Yeah, that's a good description of them. I like that. And he also says, from nightmares to realities, those that are doomed, fear the dark, for these are those that were consumed. I might have to get you to help me write some stuff there, Caleb. So yes, as you guys leave and you proceed to walk through the town, and again, you can see that it's the upkeep just isn't there. Everybody, it's very dark, it's very dreary, it's sad, because you could tell that these people have been very scared for a long time, and have just, instead of fighting, it's almost like they chose to hide away and just lock their gates and forget about what was going on the outside.
If we have any questions about the how the magic's working, would that be will we have to talk to the clerics, or
clerics?
Okay.
So basically, this town is literally, WallsFar is the first mortal town that was ever built within the world. And when mortals first came to be, the 4 life gods came together and built this town as one, before they started warring amongst themselves, and darkness began to corrupt them. So this town worships all 4 life gods. Most of the other mortal towns worship either 1 or 2 of the life gods. This is one of the only towns left, besides another town where you'll be visiting at some point after WallsFar, that still worship all 4 life gods equally. So you basically see a lot of rainbow colors around them representing the 4 life gods, because the 4 elements, 4 colors. So you can see that there's no one life god represented here. To where in Rohil it was the sun god Asmar. So it was lots of red fire. He built that town. So it was akin to him. To where this, you could see signs of all 4 elements, all 4 life gods. And so it's perfectly round circle. This town is perfectly round, and it has walls that are almost skyscraper size. So they're hundreds and hundreds of feet tall. And so they encapsulate the whole town, besides 2 bridges located on either end of the village and when those gates are sealed is when the magic is at its strongest. So that is what basically keeps this town safe, are its walls and the magic embedded within the walls.
As we're walking, I did want to ask Jonathan, as we're walking, what were those maps on the table? Were they just of the town, the outskirts? I mean, if they took one...
And Jonathan turns to you and says, he took my map of the cluster islands. I couldn't imagine what he could be looking for in the cluster islands. All I know is that Peter came to me and told me that the shadow creatures, he said there was skirmishes throughout Rohil, and that something was going on in Rohil. And we were looking at the maps of the distance between us and what could possibly be going on if we could send somebody to Rohil to figure out what was going on. But word got back to us that something big was happening in Rohil, and we were trying to figure out if there was safe passage to possibly get someone there to figure out what was going on.
Okay. Interesting. The cluster islands, I don't know if I'm aware of what that is.
If you look on, there's a big map within the Discord of like a globe, my global view, and you could see where the cluster islands are. And it's basically just this cluster of hundreds and hundreds of islands that are in between Famosi and one of the other territories. And it's like, it's just a big cluster of islands, hence why they're called the cluster islands. I don't know if I have my globe map in
I'm just trying to find it in the Discord real quick.
It's like the third.
I have the globe map in here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the third one from the bottom.
It's in between him.
This one?
Is that under main campaign info?
No.
You should see maps of Faresta.
Oh, yeah.
It's under the channel of maps of Faresta.
Thank you.
I don't think I have it up here. That's Famosi. This is the map of where you came from, Rohil.
No, you have the world map in the Discord.
No, I see it. I see the cluster islands. It's the first map.
Yes, on the very first map, you should see the section that's noted cluster islands. And it's literally just a cluster of islands. Hi, Star. Uh-oh, and we have...
Aabraxxis.
Oh, he's lurking.
Then Aabraxxis is being just likes to be in the shadows.
Yeah, so Jonathan is really like, I don't know what he could possibly have wanted within the cluster islands. It was just a general map of the islands, and I wouldn't have any idea why he would take it.
So it's close to the shadow world?
No, it's not. The Shadow World, again, if you look on the globe map,
Yeah.
is all the way at the very top. It's like the North Pole.
Oh, those are the cursed islands. My bad. There's the cluster islands.
Yeah,
My
I
bad.
didn't
The
even-
you look like it. No, it's because I'm gonna save it so I can zoom in a little better.
Yes.
That's my bad.
Nope. It's
I found it.
perfectly fine.
Oh my gosh! All right, I'm trying to see
he's
what's
like,
over here.
and he's still, Jonathan's still kind of questioning you guys. Like, are you like Peter has done so much good for the town. I think you guys are wrong. Like, he has saved lives. He has helped people. I have seen him bring back my soldiers on his back. I've never seen a fallen care.
You didn't see this king. He was married to the queen. Nobody had any suspicions, and he was working with them the whole time.
And I want to take my my little compact mirror out. I just want to kind of move it around as we're walking. Do I notice any wraiths or anything like that?
Arcana check, please.
I'm gonna do the same.
Hey, lady.
33.
Up and look, your lone teammate who he took the portal back to Rohill to go investigate. He's just checking up on you guys, making sure the portal still worked.
I got 28.
Okay, you guys, everybody you're passing so far, you don't see any hidden wraiths. The town seems to be clear of wraiths so far.
Here's the problem. They might have been sent in to weaken this. Either get information because they stole one of the hidden objects from the mountain at Rohill. They might be they could also be here trying to secretly sabotage your magic that's protecting your walls.
I'm worried about what might be at them islands that they're interested in, just like at Rohill.
I'm thinking that's the same thing.
We can't let them get the maps to whoever I'm just worried about what they're gonna do.
Can we send a message to the clerics to maybe?
But we're headed there, aren't we?
Well, but to rush and say, can we change the frequency of I'm not sure how the magic's working. That's why I'm like, is there a way to change instead of doing what you're doing, if they are shadow creatures, like change the frequency of what the barrier is vibrating at to maybe seal them in?
Yes, you could certainly see if that's something you could do with the clerics, but Caleb has a good point. Is it possible that the fallen may still have his humanity intact?
Maybe. It could be maybe somebody that they turned, like in Blade, where they marked the shadow creatures, turn the humans with saying, "Oh, we're gonna give you everything," and then kill them at the end after.
Ask Jonathan, what's on the islands, the cluster islands? They're like a major family of like a house or anything over there?
And Jonathan basically tells you, my knowledge of the cluster islands is that each island is its own little territory. That's why I can't begin to tell you what he could possibly be. Look, there's thousands of islands in that region.
Any major houses, like
Oh,
names?
Yes, but he's not versed in that vast of knowledge.
Okay. All right, well, let's get to the librarian so we can talk to these clerics. I know we were walking there. We're hurrying it along now.
Yep. So as you guys arrive to the temple, which is located directly in the center of the town, it is again just another big house. Nothing is like castle-like. You could tell that everything here is either houses or small buildings, but it is a giant. You could tell from walking through the village, it's got to be the largest. It's bigger than even Jonathan's home. And it's massive. And it's big enough to be able to fit the entire town there to worship. So it's very big. So as you guys get there, you see that there's almost like a rainbow colored flag that's like hanging from it, representing the 4 colors of the 4 life gods. And as you basically get there, it's almost like Thayan kind of sensed that you were coming. And Thayan and Elandra are kind of like, they almost come out the door immediately to greet you. And when they see Valerie and Shara, it's a warm welcome. They know each other. They hug each other and they greet each other, and they basically exclaim that, like, it's been too long. We haven't seen you since your daughter was born. And like four circle, like they don't notice them yet. They just like they rush over to Valerie and Shara, like they're close. And you see Valerie actually hug them, which is very rare. She greets them, which what you've seen of Valerie, that's not in her personality.
I'll ask her, is that an old friend or sibling? How do you guys know each other?
And before Thayan answers, he notices Adelaide, and he rushes over to Adelaide, and Alondra, he says, he notions to his wife to get over to her that Adelaide is hurt, and you could tell that they also know Adelaide, and they both look at you like, what happened? And they kind of lift her bandage from where she was stabbed, and you could see that the black vein, like they're spreading and spreading. And so Alondra says, I need to know what did this.
It was an Oka witch that we thought was Livaria. Turned out it wasn't, and she stabbed her with a blade. I'm pretty sure it was a blade. I didn't see exactly what kind of blade. Val might have seen.
And Valerie just says, I've never seen a blade like that before. She says it was a small dagger encrusted with black gems. And Alondra, you could see something kind of click in Alondra. And she goes, the Black Athame. Like, who? And you could just see that she's talking to Thayan, and they're almost kind of talking to each other. And she says, quickly, follow me. So you guys go with them to bring Adelaide into the temple. And as you do, they gesture you to follow them, and you go up like a staircase, and you begin to walk down this hallway that has like at least 12 doors, maybe 6 on each side. It's just a long hallway with doors attached to it. And they gesture you to come into this room, and you could tell that it's almost like an alchemist room. There's potion bottles and things brewing, and you could tell that they're tinkering and working potions and elixirs and everything. You can get her on the table. So as you put Adelaide on the table, Alondra is quickly going and gathering supplies. The black apple, it basically can kill anything it touches. There's no real immunity to its poison. And she goes, that's because it's the tip of the sword of Aabraxxis.
Oh shit. Sorry, I'm writing this down.
That's perfectly fine. And Thayan says, they found a piece of his sword. This is not good.
Oh, it's worse than that. There's more than you know. They found a piece to the key. And apparently the underground of Rohill, we've, discovered something that the teller took for the black dragons, the brothers.
The Dark Dragon brothers.
Dark Dragon brothers.
And you can see like Thayan and Elandra just look at each other like.
And it feels like they're just always one step ahead of us, no matter what we try. It's very frustrating.
And they turn to you and say, he's only, we don't, do you know if he has any other pieces to the sword?
Not that we know of, but I have suspicions that they're sending these fallen and or shadow creatures to these Noka witches out into these towns to find these pieces. And I'm worried, do you know what's on the cluster islands? Is there a house there? I mean, I don't know who all knows of the families that have these pieces, but if we think somebody stole a map, and I'm just worried that they're already ahead of us. Like, we don't know what to do.
And Alondra basically tells you that there's hundreds of thousands of years of history within the cluster islands. There's many possibilities of things that could be buried within one of them. What she says, I couldn't tell you. I don't know much about the Dark Dragon brothers. She's like, I only know what I've learned throughout my family's history of the wars that were fought against them. But if anything's hidden there, I don't have answers for you. She's like, the only people who would possibly have answers are the Light Children. And nobody has seen them since the Death Gods found a way to free themselves. The Light Children have just vanished, along with the Life Gods. We haven't seen our gods. We haven't seen the Light Children. We've basically been fending for ourselves.
What do you know of the tip of Aabraxxis?
All I know is that the tip of his sword is the only thing that can cut the flesh of the Mother Goddess herself to draw her blood. And the blood is the key to reforging his sword.
Would the sword have to be whole for it to draw the blood, or
no?
So we have to try. Is there a way to track this, like the pieces individually, so we can maybe?
Not even I have that power. And Shara basically says, if they don't have the power, we're going to have to find somebody who does.
Well, I was just going to say, is there a way? You might not have the power, but is there a way too?
There is, and you would have to speak to the librarian. He is the only one who would hold that knowledge.
Who broke the sword?
The Mother Goddess, Quinoriessa.
Okay. And only her blood will bring it back. Oh,
correct.
We got guys. We got to hurry. He's getting ahead of us. It's so frustrating.
So they had a previous battle before, at least once.
Yes, at the end of the Dark Wars with the Dark Dragon brothers, to ensure that Aabraxxis stayed sealed away, they broke his sword into 4 pieces. And what happened to those pieces is not knowledge I or my family holds.
Yeah, we're going to have to... We definitely need to talk to
the
librarian.
Why Aabraxxis didn't have his sword when you fought him.
Okay.
So he must not have his sword yet.
No, the Noka witches have it. He's got his Noka witches out there, along with the Teller and a few others that we've met, trying to get these pieces for him. And they seem to be one step ahead of us everywhere we go. So we really need to talk to the librarian, and we need to find out about Val. Tell them about the guys. You said they reeked of the shadow world. There clearly is something going on in your town as well.
Yes, and Valerie kind of walks over and to Alondra, and she goes, "How did you not sense fallen amongst the town? There's 3 fallen that are within your town." And Elandra kind of looks at her dumbfounded, like there's no way they penetrated our magic. I make sure that the magic is sealed, and it's the strongest magic within the world. There's absolutely no way that they were able to penetrate this magic. Somebody had to have let them in.
Yes, just like they did at the last town, it seemed. The king was their link.
And then Jonathan looks to them and basically says to them, they think it's Peter. And Alondra kind of looks at you with the same look that Jonathan gave you, and she goes, "Peter? She's stumped. she's like, he's done again so much good. I have seen him save lives. He's the only one who goes out and saves people and brings them back, and will go out and get us the supplies we need. And
he took something. He took a map to the cluster islands, and if he reeks of this shadow world, that's not good, because if they're looking for something there, and maybe he's not fully turned yet, we don't know, but we do need to find out what's going on with him. Why, like, maybe he came across someone, maybe it's recent, maybe he has something in him right now. We got these little things in our head, by the way, we need to take care of at some point. Throw that out there as well.
Caleb says, DM, there is no way that anyone can get past the barrier. Aabraxxis, bonjour. Aabraxxis said probably should kill Peter just to be sure. Yeah, so Alondra is tending to Adelaide's wounds, and she basically says that I can save her, but the only way I could save her is with a special herb that lies within the swamps of Famosi. That's the only place I know that this herb grows, and that's the only thing that's going to be able to heal her.
Okay, and all right, so we got. I was gonna say, how far away is that? I don't know the map.
Yep.
Is it on the world? Is it on
It's on the Famosi map. Let me pull up the full map. Where's Famosi? There it is. Okay, so there is. You can't really see it because this map is really small. But if you go to the bottom right corner and just work your way up, you should see a swamp. I'm sorry, I don't know how to make the map bigger, but I will get.
I was gonna say, if I get a copy of it, I can present it at some point. Let me see if I have one in my file. So you have it in the Discord?
It's in the Discord, yes.
Yes. Okay, I'll get it in just a second. Then just give me a minute.
Yep. There's a swamp right at the bottom portion of the Ame forest, and that's where this herb is located that she's going to need.
Do I know anything additional about the herb that would be beneficial?
Yes. So Alondra goes and pulls out her book and she passes it to you, and she says this, and you basically recognize the symbol on the front. It's Elvish, and as you read it, and you're just like, where you're a little stumped, and she goes, I've met your god. I met your God very long ago, and your God, he's a wonderful God, and he blessed us with knowledge of your world, and he put herbs throughout Famosi that have helped many, and it was growing in the swamp, and so you basically see Coralon's symbol on the outside of this book.
Cool. Herb.
And you recognize the herb to be, it's almost like a thistle type of herb. It's a blessed herb by Coralon himself.
So,
thank you, my kind God.
So basically what I'm trying to figure out is, how long does she have to survive? Because we still have to get these things out of our heads before we die.
And Alondra looks at you and she goes, you fell to parasites? And
Adela told us about them.
She bustles around through her potions and everything, and she begins to make a tonic for you. And as she's putting together this tonic, she hands each of you a small vial, and she said, "This should buy you a few more days."
We drink it, because I'm ready to drink it as fast as we can.
As your DM, you can trust it.
Okay.
Well, DM said that
because I'm ready. I want to die.
I drink it.
It should
drink it.
She basically says it'll put a barrier within your minds that will block off the parasites for now, and it should buy you at least sun up in 2 days.
We have an additional 2 days.
Yes.
So
Yes, Star. If you're asking about creating stuff, yes, I pretty much created everything, except when you hear traditional D&D stuff like Iolanth, Scott, Coralon. That comes from the D&D world itself. So you will hear us mention real D&D items and gods and facts that aren't part of my world that I am bringing in to meld with my world.
So, on a side note, I'm just gonna say, it sucks that Korgoth and Snitch are out trying to catch that beholder. Otherwise, they'd have some of these drinks. I guess he'll just have to deal with his alcoholic beverages to soothe the animal.
And Alondra says, "What do you? He was blessed with a cup." She's asking you if he has a magic cup.
He has a magic cup that refills with alcohol. So maybe.
Do you have a way to send him a message? I'm assuming he has a calling crystal with him.
One would assume. But
I would assume that we handed him one before he took off, that I handed him my calling crystal. I gave him half of mine.
She takes a scribe of paper, and on it, you could see that she's listing stuff. And she says, if you could tell your friends of this list that I gave you, bring it to Jero, and he will be able to make the tonic for them.
Korgoth, he's in the chat right now. He said, yes, he's listening.
Hold on.
Yes, we're calling on the calling crystal.
Hold
he's
on.
in the chat.
This might be a little bit of a beneficial business. He wants the information. Maybe he's got to give up one of those crystals.
Look, now we try to get to. Y'all pick the worst times to do your thieveries and fuckeries. Bitey's already telling me to steal stuff, Dana, and I do want to, but not yet. I gotta wait till the room is. There's too many people in the room right now. I ain't that good.
Well, I'm saying
it's a very small room.
That's what I'm saying. The disadvantage right now is terrible.
I'm not trying to steal it. I'm saying if Korgoth wants the information, he's got to,
Ante up.
We're trying to give Korgoth the information so we can get this serum for us.
Well, we're getting it. It's for him to know, so he has a.
So you're gonna let your teammates die?
Oh my gosh, dude! Seriously,
I've only met this.
I'm calling him on the calling crystal. It's my calling crystal. I'm using mine as anyways, and I'm telling him all the list of ingredients.
I'm
just
you got that, Korgoth?
The Dragonborn basically does not care if you croak.
I know he wants to lock me up. He's ready to kill our orc. I can't even
I'm not
believe
trying
this.
to lock you up.
Look, at least I got Bitey and I got my sister Lila here. I don't know where Iolanth stands yet.
Well,
I know he's just going to sell us out for a gift certificate to what was it?
Cheesecake Factory.
Oh my gosh.
As you transmit these ingredients, she says Jero within Rohill should have them and be able to help you with it.
All right, go see Jay. Man, Jero.
Jero.
Korgoth. Jero. I like calling him Jay. I'm gonna get on like a one letter.
It's perfectly fine. So, but for now, at least Alondra has stopped the spreading of the poison that's within her. So
So we got to get this herb in the. All right, you said the Famosa.
Yes, if you go down.
Okay.
Keep going.
Down.
Keep going. There is a swamp right. See it right down there at the corner?
There's the beach.
Put your mouse. Go to the other side.
Misty
right
Swamp.
there. That's where the herb would be.
Now, I'll close up if everybody needs to see it better. There it is. We got to go way back down there to get this herb?
Yes.
So
wait, hang on. How the hell are we going to get there?
We use the
How
portal.
long does she have? But our portal's like, wait, hang on. Portal's for over here. This is Rohill.
Yeah.
And then we got to go and traverse through. This is a forest. This ain't like flat land. There's a pathway here, but I still am worried about taking the roads.
Well, why don't we just?
Valerie says to you that she can fly and she can take someone, and Shara says the same thing. They both can fly along with.
That's convenient. So one of us just has to ride on.
I mean, we can get horses or something too if we had to. Or
And
just
Thayan kind of turns to you, and he's just like, "I'm pretty sure the librarian should be able to help you find a way to get there faster."
Okay, because I'm just worried about everybody. We're in bad shape here, guys.
Well, you guys have bought yourselves 2 days' time for
Okay.
the meters. You
Well,
now have
we had
the fallen that are within the town that you know are within the tavern. The herb you have to get is within the swamp that you have to get for Adelaide, and then you have to also speak to the librarian.
All right.
What would you guys like to do first?
We need to check out the barrier. Yes, we need to check out the. We got really 3 things we need to do almost immediately, but I don't know how y'all want to split that up because I'm kind of scared about splitting the party up too.
Well, I think we need to find Peter first because
We don't want him to get away,
yeah.
but okay. Do we need to check on
And Thayan turns to you and looks at Valerie, and he says, "You're going to mark him, aren't you?" And Valerie says, "That's the plan." And he says, "You mark him and you bring him back to me, and I'll get all the information I need."
So can we bring him back to here? Where's the librarian in conjunction of where we are right now?
Alondra says that when it comes time, she will bring you to the entrance of the library.
So that's off the table right now.
I mean, I would suggest you take care of the fallen first, because if Valerie noticed them, who's to say they didn't notice Valerie?
All right, well, let's go. Enough said. But wait, when we get there, do y'all want to do we need to sneak in? Like all of us walk in there? Is that going to be suspicious? We need to leave
Well,
Jonathan outside somewhere? Like we don't want to throw him off.
Why don't we send Jonathan? Are you willing to help us, or is this going to be you're going to inform him? Are you willing to help clear his name?
Because we might have to leave you here with somebody. We can't have you
and Jonathan basically says to you, I don't know if I'll be able to bluff him. I'm not one to he's like, I can hold my own in battle. He's like, but I don't know if he will see right through.
Well, maybe you could stay outside the tavern and let us go in, and that way if you hear anything, you can pop in.
Shara says to you, let Jonathan stay here with me. Valerie will go with you guys so she can mark them when the time comes, and we will stay here and do more work with Shara, with Alondra and Thayan to figure out how we're going to get to the swamp.
Alrighty.
Okay.
Sounds like a plan. You just let me know who I need to put to sleep.
So, and yes, Alondra looks at you and says, "You have the makings of a dream walker. I see. Some of your poppy flowers might come in handy to ease Adelaide. I suggest that you put her in a swamp."
Okay, and I
Some milk
cast
of the
my
poppy.
cast my little sleeping spell. Oh God, I forgot what it's called. I hadn't used it in a minute. It's totally embarrassing. I'm so sorry. Purple poppies of sleep. So I call forth from my implement, and you kind of see the purple smoke and these poppy flowers kind of circle around her, and the smoke. It's kind of like a mist from the poppy flowers. This little purple mist kind of comes up, and she like breathes it in, and she just slowly kind of goes out.
And Alondra says that should definitely ease some of her pain. because she's basically suffering within her darkest nightmares right now. Because that's what the poison does. It's a dark poison that is just eating away at her mind.
Well, we must hurry then. So the rest of us are gonna go. And Val, do you want us to just like are we like bursting in the door? Or are we gonna like go sit at the bar and let you mark?
That's now for you guys to talk about amongst yourselves. This is the tavern setup.
Hang on, let me take this down and put us back on this.
And so the fallen are they're cloaked. They're meaning that they have glamour on. So the 3 fallen, I only have. Where's my other piece? There it is. Okay. So the 3 fallen are over here.
So before we walk up to the door, even too close to the tavern, I want to go ahead and
the entrance is over here.
Okay. I want to go ahead and call out my wolf and have my wolf and my owl kind of like, is there like sitting close to like a window outside kind of watching?
Give me a second. I just got to put your guys' lights on.
I'm just calling it beforehand. That's all.
Yep. You will have what out with you so I can have it on the board?
I'm going ahead and getting owl's already out, and then I'm going ahead and calling the wolf out, and they're going to hang out. The wolf's going to hang out outside. The owl will be on my shoulder when we walk in.
Okay. And what about you, Lila?
What are you gonna have out, Lila?
I'm gonna turn into my owlbear.
No, we're
Oh.
going to a tavern.
I'm sorry.
Are you bringing out?
She's
She's ready.
Wait, I'm bringing out my wolf and my monkey, and my tiger.
Well,
And
the tiger's always out.
well, yeah, all 3 of the things are gonna be out.
And Valerie is going to be on a blue peg tonight. And you have your Poochie out, right, Iolanth?
Yeah, well, she's not a summon, so she's just always with me.
Well, you technically can summon her and send her away if you need to.
Oh, well, yeah, then she's with me.
Okay, figure out your plan. I'm just getting everything ready.
Well, I almost want to say leave the animals on the outside, because if leave them maybe strategically by the windows.
Iolanth, you are on the white peg tonight.
Okay.
So this way, if they try to run, the animals are there to try to stop them.
So everything at one animal at each window.
Yeah, or I'll even post up my dog at the entrance.
Do you want me to put your little monkey on your tiger?
Yeah. Gus likes to sit on the tiger.
And the owl's name is Cosmo from the Cosmic Owl Adventure Time. Named him after that.
Okay, so discuss your game plan. I will be done in a second.
Alright, so we thinking like we want to, well, first of all, we're gonna, before we go in there, we need to do maybe a slight, I don't know if we can perception before we walk in. I know we need to peep where they're at.
Well, why don't
And everything, because it sounds like she's gonna
Lila,
have some
you are on
extra
the red peg
surprises.
tonight?
I was gonna say, why don't we also kind of glamour / polymorph into something, because they already know what we look like.
Mm-hmm.
Why you were on the purple peg tonight?
We might be able to, get surprise them with some more information.
We
Does
could
anyone
go.
have
We
the
could
ability
do.
to polymorph?
Well, we got the glamour she gave us. The
Yes,
glamour
all
spell.
of you have a glamour spell that you were
It's just a
given.
basic glamour for us to basically just look like an average person in the town we're in.
So we should probably all take that.
Yeah, we're gonna use our glamour to
Be human.
stealth our way a little bit more so we don't stand out as much.
Yeah, kind of fit in a little bit.
Okay.
And like I said, when we walk in, the first things we're going to figure out where
Valerie
they
has
are.
glamored herself too. They have something.
Oh, sweet.
Now, are we all gonna try to go in as a group, or are we gonna try to do maybe 2 per, 2 or 3 as small groups and kind of fan different locations and try to.
Maybe Val come in at the last, because as soon as she walks in, if they are what they are, they're going to sense each other immediately. And that might throw them off if we all like walk in after her. Does that make sense?
Makes sense.
So like maybe, I don't know. Well, we got what we
Why
got.
don't you ask the chat?
We got
Maybe
2
they
ladies
have
and
some
2
ideas.
guys. We can like.
Chat, any ideas on how, whether they should walk through the door? Should they split up? Should they, what should they do? What do you guys think?
You guys could go in like your guys on the town, and us ladies go in like we're just ladies on the town.
That sounds good. I think that would be the least suspicious.
We're just gonna get ready to go in this tavern here. Change the music. One moment, please.
Yes, we could get a nice little pot of stew from my new little. It's like a cooking thing. It's so cute.
Hang on here. Let me
Nice
which
little,
one will
nice
we
little
do?
pot of stew. I don't know if
I
you
was
guys
gonna. Which camera you want me to make? I can embiggen one of them. Camera 1 or camera 2?
I'm making it
two.
free. Yeah, so you got your nice little cooking thing. Got a little chef guy there making some stew. You got the barkeep tending bar. Everybody's just having a good time, and there's no teller, so you don't have to worry about a teller.
That you say. Do we trust you, Dana? I don't know. I still got one eye open for that teller. Pop off anytime.
Bitey says use a fireball.
Well, not yet, Bitey. Maybe soon. Not yet. Not yet. Good. I like your thinking, though. Appreciate it. Good thought.
Well, if Snitch and Korgoth didn't have to go, we got our big fireball guy that, we're going to have to talk to him about the stupid beholder.
Well, we're going to have to figure out what we're doing in this tavern first.
Heard.
So I think we should, like you said, the ladies go in together and the guys go in together and just kind of.
So do the guys want to go to the bar? Ladies take a table?
Yes.
Is there a free table, Dana? I know we hadn't gone in there yet, but I'm assuming there's going to be a free table.
Yes,
maybe
there's free table over in.
Oh, over here by the creepy fireplace.
Yes, by the creepy fireplace.
I knew it. See, the whole time she was trying to make me go to this creepy fireplace. They don't know this, guys, in the chat. But I called it beforehand. If anything goes down by this creepy fireplace, just know I called it the red
Talking
fireplace.
about this creepy fireplace.
It's actually really cool, though, honestly. But yeah, just because of the world we're in, I never know. All right, so
It's not creepy. It's just red because I thought fire red.
Looks like a vampire's fireplace. I don't know why I got vampire vibes from it, but that's what I got.
He's
which
going
is cool
to consume
for the most
your
part,
soul.
but my character's not trying to go to the dark side. We're trying to stay.
You hear through the calling crystal.
It's a trap. I know.
I tell you, it's a trap.
I know. Don't worry, man. We got this. We're incognito right now, and we're gonna play this just right. You get that. You get that thing out your head, or not out of it, but drink your medicine.
Bitey says the chef looks sketchy. Better hit that guy first.
I'm rolling perception as soon as we walk in the door, Bitey. Don't worry.
Chef Boyardee.
That's right. We're rolling perception on everything. Oh, and by the way, guys, make sure your mirrors are out. Like, we'll just kind of pop it out in your hands as we walk in, just in case.
He's probably making some lasagna.
I was just thinking that, Star. I was like, he's preparing some homemade lasagna just to poison Stouffer Lagana.
He's not here right now. He's off taking care of some other shadow creatures and such. So, thankfully, he doesn't have to worry about that tonight.
You made a good point. When the girls sit down, they should probably pull out their mirrors.
Yep.
I know, but should we pull it? Should we already have it on as soon as we walk in the door? Wait till we sit down and then pull it out. It's fine. No, we'll sit down and pull it out. You're right. Sorry. You never know what Dana's going to throw at us, guys. She's playing games. Because it is a game, but she plays extra games.
No. Never. I do not know what you speak of, games.
Mm-hmm. You don't know what we're speaking of. All right, so I think what we're doing is we're splitting ladies and guys. Guys go into the bar. Ladies, we're going to take... What table would you like, Lila? there's
Doesn't matter. The one by the creepy fireplace is fine.
okay. Yeah. And then I'm trying to think. When we get there, how do well? When we sit down, Alderwrath, are we gonna like? Somebody needs to give somebody like a signal of some kind, eye signal or something. So we're like, hey, we found where they are, and then if they're close, whoever they're close to, maybe. Do you guys want to? How do we want to approach that so that she can mark them?
Well, who's Valerie going with? She's going to go with the ladies. She's going to come in after us. So
I thought she was going with the ladies.
Going with the ladies.
I thought she was going in after because
that way, because once they sense her, they gonna know what's up.
So tell her to come in like maybe 5 or 10 minutes after we get in there. So we can kind of situate ourselves, where we can still see everything.
Will we be able to know who they are before she can?
Well, we kind of saw what he looks like, so we're gonna have to do some checks to see if we see him. And then also once Valerie comes in, we have to have our eyes peeled.
Yeah.
So we could say if there's any sketchy movements or anything like that, and then Valerie will have to kind of have a signal like where she,
Hey, is that the rat?
Yeah. So, what we could also do is
good signal.
Do some, maybe a few quick perception checks or for dungeoneering to see if there's any trapdoors in this area, because if they are tainted with dark shadow magic, this might be a stronghold for them. So, maybe there's a trapdoor that goes into a basement or.
So we definitely want to tell Val, give us 5 minutes to kind of scope it out, and then when she walks in, get ready for her to mark them. As soon as she walks in, we're gonna have to. Who wants to? Well, my owl's outside.
Well,
no, my owl's with me. That's right.
Just say, is that a rat for the signal?
I could leave if I leave my owl outside, or honestly, actually, Lila, do you have any kind of link with your animals where you can see what they see? I don't know.
I can talk to my. I can't tell.
Iolanth has that with his dog.
But I just I can talk to my animals. That's about it.
Because maybe if the animals can Val kind of communicate with animals.
Wait, what was that, Iolanth?
I didn't know I had the ability to see. I thought I have telepathic communication.
Yeah, you can almost I
guess you could describe.
Yeah, you can see what your dog sees.
Okay, so I will send her to go look and report back, see what she could see.
Well, no, I'm saying we were gonna leave them outside. I was wondering if Val could talk to one of our animals, because then she would know.
Oh, and you want Iolanth to send that to the dog, and then the dog send it to
Val. So when she walks in, she knows where they are.
You can do that.
The game of telepathic telephone.
Yep.
All right, so I guess boys gonna walk in first to the bar, and then me and Lila are gonna walk to the table, one of them 2 tables over there.
Find the imposter. If you see anything among us, I'm sorry, my eyes are
Us among us, be sure to let each other know.
Smart. Sorry, eyes are getting a little blurry right now.
No worries.
All right, so
we're gonna go to the table next to the red fireplace, on the closest to the other people in the room, not the furthest away, but the closest. Sorry.
No, that's not how it works, Korgoth.
No, the chat giveth. The chat giveth. We have to honor.
Find your beholder.
Go find your beholder.
We have to honor the chat.
Stop it.
And that was chat. That wasn't even that crazy. It's just +2.
Fine. Okay, are you guys? You guys get a +2 to your perception. Happy?
I mean,
thank you,
chat. I did. Thank you. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't. We're sorry.
That's it. You're cut off.
Damn it, we might have actually needed other stuff. Oh, look. Y'all know you'll need that too. I do.
Caleb is giving you a +3 to your charisma. See, Caleb's a real person in the chat, so I will honor his +3.
All right. Well, what about this one? Fighting's real.
Okay. That's it.
No, I'm just
Where's
asking.
my timer?
No,
No.
Where's my
timer.
timer? That's
no.
it. That's it.
We don't need the pluses right now. It's okay. We're fine.
Punishing us.
Chat's
We're
gonna
not-
get themselves.
See, why
canceled.
do we get punished for what the chat does? This isn't fair. I don't like how this dictatorship's turning out here. She says to listen to the chat. We listen to the chat, and then we get a timer. How does this work? Sounds like Aabraxxis is behind
That's not a
this.
dictator. That's a meritocracy.
Well,
It's something that
I
ain't
bow to
fair.
the
I know
Dark
that.
Lord,
I don't
so
know what it
Right.
is, but it ain't fair.
I work for the
Hi.
Dark Lord, so
Ty, I was just gonna say maybe that's really Aabraxxis.
I know, right? Like, this is not fair. Aabraxxis, you're not even here. You can't do this.
That's why he's always one step ahead of us.
I know, bastard. All right, so me and Lila are gonna take the table closest to everyone by the fireplace, and then gentlemen to the bar, I guess.
Yes.
We're gonna go to the. As long as you're good with it, Iolanth. We're gonna go to. We're all glamored up. But we're gonna go. We're gonna go to the.
Glam rock.
Go to like the corner so we can, if we have to, we can pinch.
Yeah, y'all get like on that furthest side, and we're on this other side.
Correct.
Yeah, we can kind of.
Gotcha.
okay.
First
So
one in,
you're
first
gonna
one.
when you walk through the door, the girls are gonna go to the table, and then where are the guys gonna go?
To
To the bar.
to the bar,
To the
far
bar.
end on
On
the
the-
out, like
Opposite
Over
side
here?
of us.
On
Other
the
side.
end.
Other side.
Over here.
Yeah.
Okay.
And as soon as we sit down, we're pulling out our mirrors and rolling for checks.
Yes.
And I believe we're doing like Arcana and Perception.
And we're adding what now? Plus 10.
No, don't piss her off, dude. Seriously, she's gonna bring out the damn timer for real. Like, it's on the side. She hasn't like turned it yet.
so
I'm so scared because
And
the timer.
Valerie is still
So
waiting
before-
outside the doors, correct?
Before we walk
Yes.
in, I'm gonna touch everybody with my ring of what is it? Ring of guidance. So if you get a bad roll, you can re-roll.
no, you get
no.
it. You add a D4.
I'm sorry. You add a D4 to your roll. Sorry, I'm still trying to learn this.
No worries.
At first, I thought you were going to say Ring of Glamour.
But Iolanth, you do get the plus that I gave you before we started.
Okay. That's to all checks, not just attacks.
Yeah, since you didn't level up your character, yeah, that's all checks, your attacks, your damage rolls, just so you're up with these guys until you and Alderwrath sit down and do your level up.
Okay. Cool.
Okay, so you guys are in the bar. What will you be doing now?
We're rolling checks with our mirrors and trying to find Peter and his friends.
Okay. So that would be perception, arcana, and just perception and arcana for right now.
All right, I used my guidance on my Arcana, and I got a 35
I did
And
too. I
then-
got a 35.
and 36 for Perception.
Okay. And what about you, Alderwrath and Iolanth?
28. 28 for perception.
23 for perception and Arcana. You said
Yes.
Let's see.
29.
Okay, Iolanth?
Hold on. I got a 35 for Arcana, and I used Guidance for Perception and got a 31.
Okay. So, Alderwrath and Iolanth, you do spot the 3 fallen over here in the corner. I don't
Where?
know.
Oh, hang on. Let me take this one back down. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I didn't mean to remove it from stage. We'll get there. All right.
So
So,
we're having-
the 3 fallen are over here in this corner.
I also-
Peter is over here. The other 2 are over here. And As far as Ty and Lila, yes, you do sense something from the fireplace.
Oh, I knew it. I knew it. What is it? What is it? Can I steal it?
I don't know yet. You haven't attempted to do anything, so.
All right. Well, okay. Well, Lila, you want to go?
But remember, the bar's filled with people, so you.
Well, There's some benches over there. We're gonna go get closer and pretend like we're warming our hands by the fire and roll a dungeoneering check or
Can we
investigation.
ask the goddess of knowledge about?
Yeah. Can we? Is there anything we can ask the goddess of knowledge about? Is she? Well,
in
we'd
this,
have to
in
ask
this
Jim,
moment
though.
and this scenario, no, there's nothing she'd be able to help you with.
What?
Plus, we'd have to. Jim would have to ask it.
What is the like? Can you give me like how high the ceiling is? What is everything made out of?
The ceilings are about 40 feet high. The building itself is made from stone. The floor is also made from like stone. So it's almost, it's a stone building. There are several windows throughout and around you. And besides the door, you don't see any other door besides the main entrance.
Can I roll something to see if there's any magic coming out of the fireplace? Like,
that's what you did with your Arcana.
Yeah, I was to see me and Lila we're gonna walk up to the fireplace like we're gonna warm our hands and kind of get close down to it, and we rolling dungeoneering to check and investigate.
Spidey said, "Someone make a scene."
I could send my
flip a table, people. Flip a table.
I was gonna roll like dungeoneering and see if there was something. Put my hands down close to the fireplace and or pretend like I'm warming my hands and then investigate the fireplace.
Sure.
Is that dungeoneering?
Yep, that would be dungeoneering.
Oh boy.
It would actually be dungeoneering and stealth because you still want to kind of be stealthy doing it so that you're not too.
I rolled a crit on dungeoneering.
Oh, okay. So, and give me a stealth check.
My stealth is 22.
Okay, well, it's stealthy enough. So basically, as you are like pretending you're kind of warming your hands by the fire, you're sitting there and you feel a draft coming from behind it. So there is something behind the fireplace.
So can I send my tiger to go behind the fireplace on the outdoor to see if there's anything like to go around the building to where the fireplace would be outside? See if there's anything.
The way the building is situated, there's no way to get to it.
Okay.
Can we have the monkey come in? Like,
what's the monkey gonna steal?
He could fit. He might be able to fit, and we could kind of block him.
Well,
so no
I
one
can tell
can
you
see.
this right now. Once your animals walk in, that's definitely going to be something everybody notices, and it will trigger the encounter.
Oh, some bitch.
They'll just attack defenseless.
Yeah,
animals.
we'll just have to kind of.
Well, it's going to be there. They don't have tigers and your big type of dog here, and wolves, and
so is there anybody in this bar that looks like would know what's going on with this fireplace that we can kind of like befriend and talk to, or
maybe the barmaid?
Okay.
This is more me asking with that perception check. Was that with the mirrors, or was just something we noticed?
That was, you noticed them in the corner.
Okay, can I?
Your Arcana check would have been for the mirror. What was your Arcana?
I think it was 29.
There's no wraiths here.
Okay.
So I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. Is there any way that I can get around Peter where I don't want to say like when Valerie's about to come in, I want to be as close as I can to him without it making it look like I'm trying to surround him.
So why don't you go up to him and be like, "Hey, you look like a person I know."
Like you saved my.
Yeah.
You saved one of my.
I'm not killing the barmaid.
So can I do that? So we would know roughly when Valerie's going to be coming in. So like maybe a minute or two, like maybe a minute before, I'm gonna go up to him and say, "Hey, I want to buy you a beer. You saved one of my brothers, my brother-in-law, from
They've been within this town for 30 years, and they are right. Believe me, you're noticed as newcomers.
Plus, we're just gonna let kind of Val come in.
They might not think you're suspicious at this moment, but you're definitely. They know you're not from here. This town has been closed off for a very long time, and there's soldiers within this town.
You said they're over there in that corner, right?
Yes.
All right. I'm going to go ahead for now. I'm going to leave the fireplace alone, I want to say. Because Val's about to walk in and we're going to... Oh, God, then we got to leave. All right. Actually, you said there's a draft over there on the fireplace?
Yes, like there is a passageway behind it.
All right. I could... Oh, a passageway behind it. Oh. I can't just stealthily just disappear. Dang it. We need...
Can we talk to the barmaid? Does she seem like she's...
Can we call her over there to get a drink or something? Like her to come?
Yeah. See if like...
Well, right now she's in front of Alderwrath and Iolanth.
But they don't know what we know.
True. Did you?
That's what I'm saying.
You guys work your calling crystals?
I don't think so. I don't know. I don't know how many they got. I only have one. I already gave my half to Corgo, so I don't know what.
Oh
they
wait,
got.
I bought a calling crystal, but I
Well,
never
It's too late now.
Huh?
It's too late now.
Yeah.
Well,
So can we call the barmaid over to buy us?
Sure.
And we want to just talk to her and
buy it. Save.
We're gonna buy a drink first. We're gonna ask. We're trying to get a drink, and maybe I'll give her an extra gold for some information.
Sure. So the barmaid walks over to you, and she says, she greets you for the evening, and she says, "Hello. I'm glad that they finally opened the gates for someone. I hope you didn't have too much trouble. We heard that there was a skirmish outside the walls. I hope everything was okay. And I welcome to my tavern."
Yeah, I don't know, man. We walked up to the aftermath out there. It was some sort of battle. I don't know. It's been rough out there on the streets, but luckily we made it here and we're ready to get some good drinks. Maybe did y'all have anywhere to like sleep? Does tavern offer beds or anything like that?
Unfortunately, my tavern is not an inn, but I can certainly direct you to where there are beds available.
That's be
How long
some
have
good
you been here
information.
for? How long have you worked at this tavern?
I have owned this tavern since my father was killed about 20 years ago.
Oh, you
I'm
own the
sorry
tavern.
to hear of your loss.
Yes.
I'm sorry about your father.
Thank you.
Well, what's your house drink? Well, I'll take one.
We have a nice ale that is homebrewed.
I'll take
I
a
know
drink.
it's a little rough for you ladies, but
We'll try it.
it's good.
What's one? Open a tab. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
She says, "Fair enough."
And I noticed this fireplace over here, and I also get an extra kind of coin out, just kind of flipping a gold piece in my hand. What's up with this fireplace? It glows a little differently than most I've seen before.
It's relatively new. We had a bad storm, and I had a very bad leak in the ceiling, and it damaged my wall. And it basically the builders, Peter and his friends helped me put it in.
Oh, Peter? We haven't met Peter, I don't believe. Who's that?
Oh, Peter, he's a wonderful gentleman. He has done so much for our town, and he goes out and gets us supplies and things that we need. He travels to the only other town that is open for, trade, and he's ever since he's been here, he's helped out a lot of people here.
Interesting. Is he often come here? Or I would love to meet someone like that. I mean, we travel
here after their
Really?
shift on a day of work at the wall, and
I'd love to buy him a drink, and I mean, someone who's helping someone like you out. That deserves a drink.
We got to bring this guy outside. We can't fight him in the tavern.
I'm trying to do
she
good.
says, "Sure. Would you like me to? I will send over a round."
Oh, is he? He's here.
Yes, they're over, and she points. She goes, "They're sitting over there in the corner like they do on most nights after they work their shifts on the wall."
Oh, awesome. Yeah. Go ahead and send him around on me. And how much is that? How much do I owe her so far?
It will be 20 gold pieces.
Okay. And here's 30.
Oh, that's very kind of you. Thank you for being so kind.
Yeah, I think we'll just take the drinks for now. Thank you.
Sure. And so she goes back to the bar and she gets your drinks and she sends them over to the 3 soldiers and she tells them that, oh, there's some nice, lovely new ladies over there in the corner and they decided to send you guys over around. And she says, behave yourselves. She goes, remember, you're gentlemen. And she looks at the 3 boys and they all just kind of give her this like nod. And Peter is the only one who says, thank you very much, but please tell them that we're not interested.
Oh, I'd be goddamned.
But you can almost tell, roll a perception check for me.
Okay. Oh, let's see. Hang on, I gotta add that. 26.
And you could basically tell from like looking at him, he's almost trying to. There's nothing malicious in what he's trying to say. He's looking at his 2, his 2 friends, and he's almost trying to like brush her off. You could almost get a sense like he's almost looking out for you in a way, which is very odd to you.
That is odd. Jeez. All right.
Like the other 2 are all like, "Oh yeah, new," and he's like basically like, "No, relax yourselves. Tell them we're like not interested," and they kind of like grunt and get back in their seats.
Okay. And did she come back to us and kind of tell us that? Yeah. I asked her. I said, those other 2 gentlemen sitting at the bar towards the end over there. Do you know anything about them? Do you mind sending them a drink on the house? We're just trying to have a good time tonight and try to see if those 2 wouldn't mind coming over here and talking to us.
Sure. So she goes over to Alderwrath and Iolanth and puts a nice filled glass of ale in front of them. And she's like, welcome, newcomers. Those fine ladies over there have been buying rounds of drinks for some of the gentlemen here. They would ask if you'd like to keep them company.
Do you have any tea?
Oh my god!
I don't even know
High
how to respond
fantasy,
to that
everybody. High fantasy. He wants his sweet tea right now.
I don't even know how to respond to that right now.
Do you want to make it a Long Island?
And the barmaid looks at you.
I'll take something stronger.
And so the
Make up for
barmaid
him.
looks at you and gives you a nod, and she proceeds to get a smaller glass, puts it in front of you, and pulls out a bottle from underneath the bar that almost looks like it's something a little stronger. And she gives you a shot, and she goes, "This is my special. It's made from these boysenberries that have a nice little sweet kick." She goes, "Just be careful. One of those equals like 3 ales."
That's nothing. I can handle it.
And how much do I owe her for that round?
15 gold pieces.
All right, I'll hand that over.
I imagine Jim ordering his tea like Captain Picard, like
And
tea.
she looks at you, Alderwrath, and she goes, "Would you like hot tea or cold tea?"
He wants a cup of early grey tea.
Well,
He wants a sweet tea.
Good old Southern boy.
I have to keep my sound mind and body.
And she goes, "I will brew." She goes, I have some floral tea. I will go get you some, and I will brew you a cup of tea.
Okay, make sure it's a big mug.
Oh my gosh!
He has a reputation to keep up.
Okay.
You're
So
gonna
you would like
tip
your
this
tea
barmaid better than you guys are tipping her.
Oh my gosh. So are y'all going to join us over here after you get your tea?
I just have one question. The ale and your fine liquor.
Aabraxxis says Azima.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god. I don't know if you kids in the chat know what Azima is. But it's a drink from a long time ago.
Enough tea, fire.
Lighting's just itching for you guys to just flip some tables and do your shit.
I'm about to. I'm trying to get the guys back over here.
Come over here.
Give me a second. I'm trying to figure.
Oh my god! Would you get your tea?
While I'm waiting for her to brew it, where's all the ale, like the ale stored, or like your liquor? So, like,
She says most of it is on tap in different barrels throughout the bar, but otherwise I brew at my house, and then I have a brewery in my basement. I store when I live right next door.
Okay.
When you guys get over here, we're going to pretend like we're drinking and having a good time. We're going to message Val outside to give it to like we're going to start dancing so we get close like we're drunk. They ain't going to notice a damn thing. Val's going to walk in. We're going to be there like they're going to think we're just drunk, right? We got to get liquor. But it's cool.
You get lit.
Right.
You get lit.
It's a little bit, not like for real. We're gonna pretend like we're having a good time. I'm gonna buy another round.
There's no stripper poles here, so
no. I'm just asking for a dance floor for us to pretend like we're dancing, and I ain't even talking about close dancing. We're just like, woo! I don't know. I can't dance.
He's gonna be acting the craziest on all that tea.
Oh my gosh! And then I was hoping Val, Iolanth, maybe you get your dog outside to let her know, hey, walk in. Like when we're dancing, where is a dance area? I was going to ask the barmaid when I get a chance to, where is a dance floor? Or is there a dance floor? Is there like a place we can dance?
There's no dance floor per se. There's nobody here playing music tonight. But she does say to you, several months back, there was a teller who passed through town.
Oh, you don't say. Did you know what he looked like by chance?
He was tall and slender, and he played on some kind of hand-strung instrument. And everybody really enjoyed his music, and he was very talented. But then he left. He only stayed here a few nights before he went to Row Hill.
Did he play for Peter and his friends often?
I don't know if he played for them often, but when he was here, they did listen to him, and they did have drinks with him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Interesting. I can't wait to see this teller. Maybe we'll run into him on the road somewhere.
I hope he comes back. He was a delight to have in the tavern.
Yeah, we must have just missed him back in Row Hill.
I feel bad for breaking up this tavern once this breaks out.
I'm gonna head over towards the girls. Iolanth, are you coming?
Hey, just keep the tab open. We may have another round. Me and my friend here, we don't get out much, so we're a little young. We're ready to spread our wings, so to speak. So we might get a little. Just keep the tab open. We'll promise we won't break nothing. We might have a little fun.
But for the audience, I don't know if we have on background music.
I thought I had it. Did it not play?
I'm not too sure. I just might not hear anything. Do you guys hear any music in the background? I don't know.
No, it did.
It's just the tavern called.
There it goes. I just need to turn it up more. That's my bad.
It's the tavern.
Yeah. You hear it now better? I'm sorry. I had it on.
I was just making sure. But no,
it was turned down. That was my
There's
fault.
no music per se, but yes, she says the teller did pass through.
So I'm assuming there was, at least you allow some, maybe there'll be someone who decides to play. You never, is there someone in here that may play an instrument? I wonder, maybe we get to pay them to start playing some music.
I'm not too sure, but maybe I could see if there's anybody here willing to. I'm not too sure, but she says I will.
Go ahead and hand her another 50 gold, just for the just future drinks we may have, and if you can find someone, maybe you could slip them some.
Sure. So she walks over and speaks to a gentleman that's back here, and you could see that he goes to the shelf and pulls up like an instrument, and he starts playing an instrument. It's nothing spectacular, but he starts strumming on a little ukulele type instrument.
And so the gentleman reached us yet?
You want him to come over to you? I
Oh yes. If you don't mind, maybe asking the gentleman if they'd like to join us.
Sure. The barmaid goes back behind the bar. Gentleman comes over. Then he starts singing a tune for you.
Oh, and also the
No,
did those other two gentlemen at the bar we sit drinks to?
He's done brewing your giant cup of nice tea, and she hands it to you, and she says, "Be careful, it's still hot," and hands you your mug of tea.
Thank you.
And you enjoy it. It's nice and sweet. It tastes like berries. You are loving this tea.
All right. I'm gonna walk.
Like you
over.
actually, like almost a little bit of like smoke comes out from your enjoyment, and you try to like cover the smoke coming off your face from being so happy to not blow your cover.
So we're gonna walk. I'm trying not to.
Okay, let's not drink too much tea. Don't get too tipsy. And have a good night, Caleb. Thank you for hanging with us.
Yes. Good night, Caleb.
So we're gonna come down. Well,
You're gonna go over to them.
Yep.
Damn it! You friggin' big old piece.
So now we're talking, we're drinking, guys. All right. So did y'all find? We found them. Y'all found them, right? Y'all seen them, right?
Yep.
All right. So I pretended like we're just out having a good time, and we're just kind of laughing and giggling, and we're drinking, and yeah, we're gonna get ready to get Val in here. We got music playing. Maybe we can like dance our way over there. Not too close, but close enough within our range for Val to walk in. But that way we're kind of back by the door-ish, but that back corner area, close to the door, so they can't get out.
So are you signaling to Val to come in?
Not yet.
Okay.
where is she coming in?
But also, I was going to tell them, Alderwrath, we found something behind this fireplace. It's like a doorway, and it has something to do with Peter. They built it.
So I'm thinking maybe it's a secret passage. So we should probably get over to his table, because if he put in the secret passage, he knows where the doors are on either side. So maybe two of us should stand by this fireplace, and two of us should maybe the two guys can stay by the fireplace, and me and Ty can dance across the floor a little bit closer to him.
Mm-hmm.
So if he makes a run for it, we can chase after.
That works.
Why don't you do 1-and-1? Like you're dancing with Iolanth.
Okay. That's
You know what I mean?
that works
So you're
out.
dancing,
Yeah.
and then we have one group dancing, getting ready to grapple. One group over here, in case he does try to run, or something tries to come through that.
Or because it's a secret passage, so if there's two ways, he could use one side of the secret passage to go out and then come back in by the fireplace. If there's no one there to guard it, then, or he might run across the floor and try to go into the fireplace.
Bitey does have a point.
I don't care.
Well, we that's fine as long as he doesn't notice Val. It would be even better because he's going to notice Val immediately.
It'd almost be like a distraction.
Yeah.
Okay, that works. Me and I'll have.
And by the way, guys, they also said the teller came through here, and he talked to Peter. They had drinks. He might be part of what's going on with Peter.
Maybe. That's something we're gonna have to find out. But I would say, I agree, Kiwi. So, who wants to go dancing? And I'm not much of a dancer, so I'm gonna stay near the fireplace. Who wants to go dancing, and who's gonna kind of stay by the fireplace?
I don't care. I'll go dance across the floor.
Do you want it? Do you want me to go with you, or do you want Iolanth with you?
We can
Oh,
do
sorry,
Iolanth.
I was muted. I said I'll dance.
Okay.
I'm up for a little foxtrot.
Little foxtrot. I love it.
Okay, so we're starting to dance towards the. We're now moving towards the door, like towards the.
Yeah, because Iolanth, you'll be the one to signal Val to come in.
Yeah, well, I'll tell my dog.
Yeah.
So I tell her as soon as we start dancing.
Once you get about maybe half,
we're halfway, so tell her.
Tell her like in about a minute, come out, and then this way you can still kind of move dancing towards Peter. So if you guys have to grab or do whatever.
So when Val walks in, we should be maybe like
At the edge of
seven squares, 6-7 squares away from
Peter.
Peter, away from Peter. Thank you.
Okay, so I'm moving you guys to about here,
Yes.
and then Val's coming in.
Yes.
I'm gonna say 6 squares because everybody's movement is about 6
Okay,
squares.
so 6 squares.
So between 5 and 6, so this way it gives you an
6
extra
squares
movement.
is fine.
And then,
And then Val's coming in.
And our
I'm-
animals outside are on standby to like
Yes.
bust through the door, like if
And
anything
any-
happens.
and any of the windows, right?
Yeah, they're like looking in, just waiting.
Yeah, well, my dog will be at the door with Valerie. 'Cause he'll
I'm gonna
tell her.
I'm gonna
he'll
have
signal
my hand by my weapon.
So you want your dog to come in with Valerie?
Yeah, because she'll be standing next to her to tell her to communicate through me.
Almost kind of like she's acting like but if we're trying to use Valerie almost as like you guys
Yeah,
dance,
she's coming in with her pet. It's okay.
well, but is it going to be that size of a dog? I'm just thinking everybody's going like that's going to be an
You glamoured him to look like a regular dog.
Perfect.
All right, sorry.
I mean, he's pretty right. He's a mastiff, so just
Okay.
a big boy.
I'm gonna have my weapon ready, just in case I have to,
Is Valerie then going over to you?
No, I thought Valerie was gonna go towards Peter to mark him or.
Well,
whatever.
have you discussed like what you guys are trying to do with her? Have you? Or
we
was
were
this all
they were
relayed
dancing over
through-
there and just sort of hoping
I'm
that
just asking, was it all relayed through Iolanth and his dog?
Yes.
Yes.
So she knows. That's what I'm asking. She knows the plan.
Yes.
Yeah, because basically they're dancing over that way kind of drunkily so that everybody probably is paying more attention to them, like what the fuck are
Well,
they doing?
Valerie says to you guys, if you want to seduce him, I'll seduce him.
Okay, go for
All
it.
right, go for it. And
So,
I'm standing over there with Alderwrath, just waiting as well, kind of drinking but
But
on
now-
guard.
if she might do something that might then trigger the encounter, or you guys, because she's the only one who can mark them. So is Peter the goal for the one to be marked?
We don't know.
Because she's gonna have to like pounce and do it.
Well,
So
how do we know who has to mark?
What? She can't mark all three of them?
Not all at once.
how much time does it take to mark somebody?
It's literally she has to say a spell and carve a circle with an X in it on his forehead.
So you're talking about maybe a
Yes,
minute.
it's a ritual called Le Fusana.
So why don't we do this? At that point, she marks Peter. You guys then, each one going towards grappling each one of his companions. You transform into your owl bear and like kind of pin the motherfucker down. And then
We can take all three, right?
we could take all three because then she can go between 1-1-1, providing everything works out.
And I know it's going to start something, but you know, Jonathan said we got to do this.
Yeah.
We'll figure that part out when we get there.
Okay, so fully explain to me what the plan is so that even the chat understands.
Okay, so actually, go ahead. Somebody else.
All right, so Iolanth and Lila are kind of drunkenly dancing, almost like a distraction over towards Peter and the group. We're back here, sort of on guard of this area in case anything comes out. Our animals are on guard to kind of come in pretty much because as soon as Val comes in, that's going to start, and she walks up to him, that's going to start the encounter. So we're pretty much, as soon as she comes in, and she gets close enough to him to start the encounter, our animals are going to bust in the door, and we're just ready to go at it.
Hold on a second.
Camera went out.
You lost your camera, Dana.
Oh, jeez.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No. I get booted out every so often.
No worries. But yeah, guys, that's essentially what we're doing, right? We're kind of...
Yep.
All right, let's do it. Let's make it happen.
Okay, so Valerie takes those butterfly daggers like from her hair and kind of like lets her hair fall, and she unzips her top just a little more to show a little more cleavage. And she just says, you guys are kind of dancing and, you know, keeping watch to what's going on. Valerie makes her way over to the group. And she walks over to Peter. And your dog is close at hand. And as she does, she walks over to Peter and she's just like, oh, you know, silly me, you know, we're new here. And, you know, she's flirting with him and she's kind of giving him and he's a little like standoffish because he's not too sure why this lady is flirting with him. But you could tell he's kind of falling for it a little bit. And she's basically like, oh, you know, I was admiring the wall. It's such a beautiful town. And is there anything you can, like, what's the history like? She just starts getting him talking. Yep. So as they're talking, you could see that she basically is readying one of those butterfly daggers. She kind of has it like in her hand. And she's going to pounce, and it's going to require an initiative roll. So are you ready for that?
Yep.
Do you two want to be closer to them, like dancing closer to them when that happens?
I would say yeah.
Yes.
So as she's been flirting, they're kind of like, yeah, getting closer.
They were kind of like swaying and moving over slowly.
Okay, so as she is like, she's got her like, you know, when ladies flirt, they're just kind of like, oh, you know, doing the hair flip and being all seductive, like making sure he sees the goodies, and he's all into it. And so she proceeds to lean in and kiss him. And as he's almost like taken over by this kiss, she basically pounces. You might as well switch off the music and put on the battle music, and she proceeds to mark his forehead, and the other fallen proceed to draw their weapons.
And me and I.
And it's now time. Are you doing one thing before we roll for initiative?
I pull out my bow.
Because he's like basically evil. She's got him, and she's marking him, and
our
they're
animals
seeing this, and they're about to pounce on
as
Valerie.
she's doing that. Our animal, I get my bow ready, and my animals bust through the door.
Yep.
I'm dropping my my mortal form to go back into my Von Chain form.
Yeah, we're changing. We're glamour's dropping.
You and Iolanth are
Yeah,
jump on.
I'm changing into my owlbear and I'm attacking one of them.
Not
I'm
Okay.
I'm trying to grapple
Grapple.
Pin down.
Pin down one of the other fallen.
Or who needs to be fallen.
Oh yeah, one of the guys that was in up
And I'm getting ready. I'm gonna try to move one of the benches in front of the fireplace, almost kind of like as a barrier, like, you know what I mean. So if something's gonna try to come through it, they have. Well, no, even like that way, but then put one right, like that's. Yep. So if something's gonna come through it, they're gonna have to hit. Like they're gonna have to go through it. I mean, I know it's only a bench, but it might be something. It might give us something where they might trip over it, or you know what I mean.
Okay, and Aabraxxis, if you're still in the chat, you could sense one of your fallen is about to be marked. Because that basically is going to cut his connection off from you. So Valerie is in the process of marking Peter. Iolanth and his dog are getting ready to attack the other fallen, and Lila in her owl bear form is getting ready to grapple the other fallen.
I've rolled initiative.
Yes. Roll initiative and then roll athletics and strength for the grapple. And same thing for you, Iolanth, if you're trying to grapple him with your, like, have your dog pounce, then you kind of jump on top of him.
I was going to shoot poppy arrows at them. I got a 20. Is it 20? If I had to get closer on my turn, I was going to run up to try
I got a 19 for my...
Wait, sorry, it was athletics and what?
Athletics and strength.
Okay.
28 for my strength. What was the other thing?
Strength and athletics. Aabraxxis, you can certainly give them a bonus if need be.
Plus
27 for athletics.
And what was your strength?
27?
26, 27. Did you hear Lila?
Yes, I did. I was waiting to hear Iolanth.
My athletics is a 32 and my strength is a 25.
Okay. So as you guys proceed to pounce on the other two fallen and attempt to grapple them, they proceed to turn into their fallen form, and they're getting a bonus because you could see that there's almost like a shimmer that falls over them, like Aabraxxis can almost feel what you guys are trying to do. But you do successfully mark Peter. Peter is officially marked and he is bleeding, and you could see this glow kind of come from this mark as Valerie is on top of him performing this ritual, and he is like thriving in pain. When I tell you pain, like he is literally sitting there thrashing back and forth, and you could almost see like he wants to transform into his fallen state, but like something's blocking it, so he can't like get through to his fallen state. So he's not able to transform, but the other two fallen are able to transform as you have them down and grappled. And now we will be rolling for initiative. So you guys won't know just yet if that is going to remain.
But you said that both Iolanth and Lila were able to...
We're on top of them as of this moment.
All right, no, I'm just making sure.
Yes. But like this black like shimmer begins to almost radiate from them. Like somebody is giving them some external type of strength.
Okay,
So Lila, initiative, please.
19.
Ty,
And 14.
Alderwrath.
22. Oh, today.
Korgoth's not here. Snitch is not here. Iolanth.
29.
29. Okay.
Before we, from looking out forward, do we notice any of the patrons kind of, what is their reaction to seeing them transform into the fallen?
Oh, basically everybody is kind of like, most of them have like pretty much run out or hiding under tables, hiding behind the bar.
I
Like
call
they-
out to the barmaid that we were speaking to. I said, "Hey, come here, real quick, please, hurry! You need to see something."
And she
And I
rushes over to you. Just
and I
give me
begin
one
to sh-
second. Let me figure out this initiative. So just talk amongst yourselves for a few seconds. Talk to the chat.
All right, guys. I hope you guys are enjoying it tonight's D&D action. We got the battle. Woo! Battle time. So what are we gonna do, you guys? I'm thinking about trying to see if we can't get in this back door right here, Alderwrath, with this barmaid. Maybe she'll let us open it up now.
Well, first I think we need to get all the spines out of here, and maybe have them bring from the.
Well, our animals are by the door, so our animals might be able to help block the people. Like,
Well, I'm just trying to. We could save the innocent.
yeah, that's what I mean. Like, use the animals to sort of corral them so that the people go kind of behind, around, and out the door.
And then, should we tell them to? So
Like,
we
yeah,
try to
everybody
perform
leave.
the
Like,
part-
everybody get out of here except for the barmaid. I need to ask her about this fireplace.
Well, but we should warn the guards, or at least get something to Jonathan that there's either it's fucking raids, not raids, fallen fairies here. We have to find out what type of fairy we notice anytime market.
Mm-hmm.
But we need
You've
to warn the
seen
guards that are
enough of the fallen to know that they're all fallen cloud fairies.
cloud.
Cloud.
All three of them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh gosh, I gotta pull up that. Let me see. So, cloud fairies, guys, in the chat. Wielders of air, thunder, and lightning magic.
Kiwi, naughty Kiwi. Dirty, dirty, dirty. Laugh out loud, you want to get in the barmaid's back door.
She's got some secrets. We're gonna find out.
Aabraxxis says, you're going to be charged for broken furniture.
We're gonna just put on Korgoth's step.
And Bitey is telling Kiwi only if it's cool with her. She wants to shoot us down.
If it's thunder, so don't use thunder magic, guys. Thunder and lightning magic's out if they're cloud fairies.
Correct. Okay, so the initiative order is as fallen. Iolanth first, Peter second, Alderwrath third, second fallen fairy, Lila, Ty, first fallen fairy.
Alright, so I'm talking. I tell the barmaid, or actually, no, you're right, Alderwrath. Start yelling at everybody, and I'm telling my animals to kind of make way for the people to leave so that they can like safely get out and kind of shift our people. Or you want to shift our animals that way? Yeah, we'll shift. Yeah, that'll
So
work.
that people have room to...
Yeah, to exit. We're like yelling, everybody get out, except for the barmaid. I gotta ask her about this fireplace.
So some people are still too scared to move, but some of them do run out.
Are we telling them to let Jonathan know? Because Jonathan's outside, correct?
No,
No,
not
he's
at
back
the
at
temple.
the.
Can we tell one of them to let Jonathan know? So at least this way, whether he brings the armed guards or not, at least if something happens with us, at least there's.
You try to run up to one of them and like intimidate them and say, "Hey, you need to leave." And by the way, go tell them that there's fuckery afoot.
All right, I'm gonna go do that, Dana. Is there?
Okay.
Or do we want to tell the mate, or can I tell the cook? I want to, if I have to do an intimidation or whatever, this is what you need to do. Go to Jonathan. Lay the message. Jonathan, he's at the clerics. Tell him that there are 3 fallen fairies you've seen with your own eyes. Ready the guards for a minute battle, maybe.
Just give me 1 second. So just talk amongst yourselves. I'm sorry. Just give me 1 second.
Right?
Yeah. You should be able to do like an intimidation or something. The chef didn't leave, I told you. I should have summoned a border collie. I heard him outside. We'll have to intimidate him, I guess. Learn some of your lessons, Aabraxxis.
Do we want to... Now, Scarlet, are we going to try to go through this fireplace? See what's there?
I don't think the barmaid is even sure or even knows that this is here like that. I think she needs to at least be aware so that way if we need to come back to it, we can.
Okay, so are we worried about going there already?
I don't know what could be behind it. I mean, if you want to leave it where it is for now, but we're going to have to investigate it at some point.
I think that it's probably going to be a conduit for them to...
Okay, so basically the scene is as followed. Half of the patrons have run out the bar. Some of them are still stuck hiding, like just scared. So some of them have hidden behind the bar. Some of them have, hidden underneath their tables, and because they couldn't maybe get to the door or were too afraid to get to the door. Some of them are just there. So some of them are hiding, and so you have Peter marked. He is marked and useless. The other 2 fallen are getting some kind of outside strength, so they're growing stronger. You have the barmaid over by the fireplace with you guys. What are you guys going to do?
I can send the owl to go tell Jonathan.
Well, we might need the owl with us. Plus, it gets the chef out of here. Unless you want to send the owl, then you.
No, we can get the chef out if you want to get the chef. He's closest to you.
So, I'm gonna try to intimidate the chef into telling, go to Jonathan. He's at the clerics. Tell him to fortify the guards. Peter and his 2 friends are fallen fairies, cloud fairies. You've been duped. Get ready for maybe a 2-minute battle. Start raiding the guards.
Okay, so you're sending the chef to get a message to the temple to Jonathan to send over more guards to assist you, or just that you guys were right and they are in fact fallen?
I would say right. I would say, kind of both. Send some guards, but also ready the guards on the outside perimeter.
Let them know that what's going down.
There also might be more that are ready to kind of.
Okay, so he leaves to go get you that message. Now, so basically what's happening is these 2 fallen are getting ready to fight. But Peter is still kind of like grabbing at his forehead, trying to figure out what's going on. And you just hear Peter screaming, You fool! You have no idea what you did. You have no idea what you did. You're basically, you're going to destroy this town. And all of a sudden, Peter turns around, draws his sword, and stabs one of the fallen.
How?
Killing him.
I'm so confused.
Oh, true.
Oh my gosh, what the hell is going on? What the fuck?
The one that I'm holding, or the one that...
The one that you're holding, Lila. And he turns to you and says, I was the only thing keeping this town alive, and you ruined it.
What are you doing fucking around? He can't hear me. I'm not close over there. Sorry.
I say it then.
And the other fallen proceeds to yell, you traitor. Aabraxxis is going to destroy your soul.
can Valerie start to go mark the other one?
Or Lila, get Val to, like, I don't know, can she unmark Peter?
Well, he's about to push Iolanth off of him, so Iolanth, I suggest you attack.
Yep, I'm ready to attack. All right,
Lost
so
the camera.
I'm out again.
Yeah, we're only gonna have the above camera. I didn't realize Nico knocked out the above.
That's fine. With the above, I cannot see where I am, but I will attack that nearest. Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
You're moving
Oh.
down one of
So I'll attack the guy that was trying to throw me off.
Yep.
Right in front of me, and I'm going to use Flame Strike on him. And I got a 36 versus Fortitude.
Okay, hold on. I'm just gonna get back in front of my stats. Just give that camera a second, it's just got to charge for a second and load up.
So, I'm sorry, versus Reflex.
What was that?
32 versus Reflex.
32 versus Reflex is a hit.
What which fallen fairy did he kill? 2 or 3?
mine.
1. 2
Oh.
was killed by Peter, and now 1 is, and Aabraxxis is sending him some power, so he's about to be supercharged.
Alright, so 1 is fallen fairy. 2 is dead. 3 was Peter.
Correct.
Alright, so I hit him for 32 fire damage and an ongoing 11 fire damage save ends.
Okay. And Peter basically is screaming at you guys, you gotta kill him now, or he's gonna go back to the Shadow Leader, and Peter's telling you to kill that fallen.
If we could just go ahead and all strike, I'm ready to shoot an arrow.
All right.
Wait, is my dog inside? She
Yeah,
The
charged
dog
me
is
already?
right next to you.
Yeah, they get
All
your
right.
dog and bite you.
Do we want to wait for her to attack, or should I
Yep,
do
you
her
can
attack
let her
now?
attack too. Let him go to town.
Okay, who's she near? You gotta. I have a small screen, so it's hard
It's
to
okay. You're right here with the white blinking light.
see. Okay.
Your doggo's right next to you, and you have the fallen in your grasp, but you can feel him like powering up.
Okay. So I am also going to attack the fallen
Was that
again.
radiant damage or fire damage?
My attack was fire damage. 32 fire damage and an ongoing 11 fire damage save.
I
ends.
thought I heard 11. I was just making sure we're the 11.
Yeah, the 11's the ongoing. But my puppo is going to hit him with Radiant Blast,
Okay.
and that would be a 38 versus Fortitude.
That's a hit.
Sweet. Good dog.
And don't forget, radiant damage, you get the bonus. Guys, you guys know what the bonus is.
It's 20, right?
15 for
15.
fallen.
Okay. So, wait one sec. Just doing some quick maths over here.
It's okay. Take your time doing your damage. But this guy, like, he's trying to get out of your grasp, and he's going to beat him.
Okay. 48 radiant damage.
Holy crap.
Good dog.
Okay, well, I get my calculator to calculate that.
Yeah,
Now, what are you
I
guys
should probably
gonna do
use a
here?
calculator than trying to do it
you-
all in my head.
Are you gonna let him also try to attack this guy, or are you going to restrain him because you still don't trust him?
I mean, Peter's saying to kill him, but if we restrain him and then can Valerie mark him, would that work?
He's in his fallen state. He can't be marked anymore.
Okay, then yeah.
Oh my god, it's Dwarfy McDwarfison!
That was his name. We couldn't figure out what he wanted to name himself.
Well, we will get you in the battle soon. Dwarfy
Yes,
McDwarferson.
Alderwrath is working on your character.
Oh, defend us.
So now it's like a scene of chaos. You have Peter, who Valerie doesn't trust, so she's kind of holding him down. She's like, she jumped on top of him after he stabbed him. So it's like, I don't give a shit what he says or what he does. He's still a fallen. This guy is now, he right now just got a +5 to his stats from his charge up. So when it comes his turn, he's going to be fully charged. So either you guys all just hit him with some,
I was gonna try to hit him with a poppy arrow.
I would say just go, everybody go for it. Iolanth just got him bloodied, so before he gets a supercharge, send him back to the death pools.
Well, what I was gonna say, is there a way to, if Peter's, is Peter a fallen or is he not a fallen?
He's a fallen.
So, and they're a fallen too, right?
Yes.
And if we mark them, we can keep them, right?
You can, but he's in his fallen state, so now he can't be marked.
Damn it. Okay. And we don't know how to make that go away. Like once he's
once he transforms, they control it.
Alright, well, I'm rolling for this then. I'm gonna roll for that. Right.
Yeah, it's you gotta kill him situation.
Alright, well, I'll still put him to sleep either way. It'll be nice. It'll help. Alright, let's see.
And he's yelling, Aabraxxis is coming for all of you. When I get back, he's like, send me back to the death pools. This town is doomed.
Is there a way that we can seal him without sending him back to the shop?
I'll roll a 51 versus its will.
If you mean you want to capture him?
Kind of. I want to, so this way he doesn't go back there.
Sure, that would take at least 3 of you to do hard athletics, strength, and acrobatics checks. 3 people would have to get 3 successful hard checks.
If we do a group, can like one of us can we kind of? I know you're saying 3 of us, but can we if one out of our group, can only one of 3 out of the 4 of us successfully do the athletics and acrobatics because we're maybe helping?
Nope, it is going to literally take 3 strengths, 3 athletics, 3 acrobatics to hold him down, grapple him, and chain him up.
What's your?
And I'm talking about it's going to be 35s or higher.
Strength?
Unless
I rolled a 30.
unless
Or sorry,
tied
no,
him to
30.
sleep.
Yeah, I rolled a 51 versus your will.
Oh, then that's a fucking hit.
Yeah, I figured as much. I gotta roll the damage. Hang on, I gotta make sure I got still 4d6 or did I go up? Yeah, I'll just roll 4d6. Alright. And he will be. The target falls unconscious until the end of their next turn.
Yep, but you basically just want him unconscious.
Yeah.
So if you get it, since you're successful with that, that basically is going to you're good if he's asleep.
Well, it's probably
27 psychic damage.
Okay. So now, you've got him asleep. He is to where he's not marked, but since he's in your slumber in your dream state, he's no longer connected to Aabraxxis. So you guys have cut off any connection to Aabraxxis as of right now. So he doesn't know what's going on. He can't see what's going on. He's completely in the dark as of this moment. So you have Peter, who Valerie has restrained. You have this fallen, who you guys have restrained. What are you guys doing next?
I'm telling the barmaid real quick, we need to talk about this fireplace. So stay over here, and I'll begin to start running and dashing towards the rest of the.
Why don't you ask them about? Why don't you ask Peter about what this fire.
Well, Peter's over there. We're over here by the fireplace. That's why I was like, I was gonna run over that way, start dashing over there.
That's what I'm saying.
He's the one who built it. He should know. Even if you ask him to come in.
Well, I'm saying, like, I was just telling the barmaid to stay there. We might have some questions in a minute, and then I was just gonna, like, instead of asking her the questions, just like stay here, take cover, and I'm dashing over towards Peter and them. Because we got to stop Val from killing Peter.
Yeah, because she's literally about to.
Like, I still want to talk to this barmaid, possibly. We can talk to Peter, too, but we ain't going to be able to talk to Peter if we don't stop Val. So I was like, so I'm dashing over there.
Okay, so as you're dashing over here,
And I get 6 is my speed, but...
well, it's you're out of combat.
Oh, okay. Oh, we are? So battle
Yeah.
music down, or...
Yeah, you could turn the battle music off. You guys are out of combat.
I'm going to do
You have
this creepy
succeeded.
music.
Yay!
Are we
So
dashing
that was
over
a good
there?
one. You guys,
Yeah.
you got the fallen, so he's asleep. You got Peter. Valerie is getting ready to slit his throat,
Val, wait, we need him.
and you left the
Don't.
barmaid over by.
By the fireplace for now. Wait, yeah. I told her to take cover, like, just be careful. Don't.
Well, do you want me to stay by the fireplace just in case?
Don't let her go through it. Just in case she.
Yeah, you stay by the fireplace. You could.
All right, so I'm gonna stay by the fireplace.
And I send my owl over there as well, kind of perched on the fireplace.
Well, I will perch him on the table because I can't perch him.
Well, I
on
just
the
mean,
fireplace.
like, in like my head, I was like, he's just.
That's okay.
Look,
He's on the fireplace, but I can't physically put him on the fireplace. So
I'm sorry.
it's okay. So he's on the table, and he's on the fireplace.
Val, don't. We need him. I know you're mad.
Need him for what? He's lying. He knows nothing. Let's just get
Val,
rid of
wait.
Val.
You don't understand. There's more in this room. He's spoken to the teller. They built some weird thing behind. There's like something behind this fireplace. What is it, Peter? You might want to start talking.
And Peter basically says, "I'm not telling you anything."
You're gonna tell us one way or another.
You're gonna let Val torture him.
He says, "Go ahead." And then Valerie says, "You know what? We're just going to bring you to Thayan. He'll make you talk."
We take both of them with us. We'll
Yes,
take your partner with us as well.
take
Maybe
both of them
between
with
the two of you, we'll get the truth out of it.
Yeah, Aabraxxis, you're pissed.
Alderwrath, you want to talk to the barmaid, or do you even want to let her know, like, if there's something up with the fireplace, or I don't know, should we? I mean, I'm scared to leave this fireplace, like, we know there's something here.
I mean, can we just, I'm gonna say to her, like, listen, there is something coming from this. I'm about to just destroy it. We need to figure out if there's a way for these fallen minions, to come through here. Is this an entranceway? What is this? So
Since Peter doesn't seem like he's in a talking mood right now, I grab him and cast my poppy sleep spell on him.
So as he's kind of just rambling on, like just basically cursing you guys out, you put him to sleep. So they're both asleep. What are you going to do about this fireplace?
I'm trying to think.
I'm gonna throw my figurine of hold on a second.
Oops.
The flask of a veiled cord basically allows me to bring out a minion once a day, and I'm just gonna have him kind of go through there and see
Did all of you go and check out this fireplace?
No, just me and Lila did, but I told them about it when we were at the table. When they came over to us, I was telling them about the fireplace.
Iolanth, can you please do a history check for me?
Oh, he's muted. You're muted. He just came back in. I think he lost connection for a second.
Okay, well, we'll give him a sec.
Yeah. Mr. Iolanth, you've muted yourself, buddy.
Yeah, Aabraxxis, you are not happy.
Oh, sorry, I was in the bathroom.
It's okay. You don't have to. It's fine. I asked you to do a history check for me, please.
Oh, yeah, 1 second.
Let's see. So we know. All right. So we got those two asleep.
Lila, I'm assuming you're going back into your regular form.
Yes. Thank you. Go back to my PC self.
Yes, Aabraxxis, you know that one of your fallen has been marked. And basically being marked means that they have completely cut off his magic from you.
Dan, I got a 19 history.
That's good enough. So basically, as Iolanth kind of, after you tell him about the fireplace, you go up to the fireplace and you recognize carvings within it. And from what you recognize, they are in fact carvings of Loth.
She's like the counter goddess to Coron, right?
Correct.
Oh, she ain't good.
No. She's got her hands all over the...
So there is dark elf magic within this fireplace.
Would lighting it do anything? Or is it already lit?
It is already lit, but from what you can tell, that there's some kind of magic source behind it that is messing with the magic of this town. So to further check it out, somebody would have to do a dungeoneering check to figure out how to unlock the passageway, and then you can proceed to go down and see what's in there.
Do we want to go down this way, or?
Well, we got these two asleep. I don't know how long they'll be asleep for. Can some of us hang out here and the rest of us take them back?
I rolled a 36 for dungeon.
Oh, they're going to be asleep for a minute, so they're not waking up anytime soon.
Okay.
You got them knocked the fuck out.
I rolled a 36 for dungeoneering.
Okay, so your little pixie kind of flies around the fireplace, and Iolanth, you're kind of guiding her to what some of the symbols would mean and to what to push to kind of get this to kind of reveal itself, because you understand the language. So as you're telling her to do this, you kind of hear gears kind of moving from behind the fireplace, and it kind of creaks open and reveals a very narrow passageway that unfortunately Alderwrath will not fit in.
I'm going to shrink him down. I'll put him in my bag. I'll take him with me.
Yeah, I'm going to go with her.
Okay, so who's going to stay? Are you going to keep your animals with the...
Yeah, outside, kind of keeping guard. I'm going to take the owl with me and leave my wolf out there by the door.
Okay, so as they're guarding your sleep people, you guys walk down this narrow passageway. And I'm telling you, you sense darkness within this passageway. And as you go down this passageway, you see almost like this black floating orb within it.
And I roll a... Oh, man, I don't know what kind of check. I want to roll a check. I'm trying to think. Oh, gosh, scary. I don't want to touch it.
Yes, you can see like the dark kind. It's radiating this darkness. All of you can kind of sense the darkness coming from within this orb. Like it you tell there's some power within this orb.
Val, we need to get the clerics down here.
Did Val come with us?
If you want her to, sure.
So we know it's from Loth, but can we tell, like, from the history of anything? Do we know what like? Is there a marking on the door where it would say this is the like entrance to Loth's like chamber? Like, do we know like?
Is there anything in the room?
Iolanth, do another history check for me, please. A history and a religion.
Okay. Let's see. History is a 36.
Okay.
And religion, I got a 25.
Okay. So as you guys kind of go down and you see this floating orb, you immediately recognize that somehow Loth has been able to merge her dark magic with Aabraxxis. And this dark orb is basically negating the magic of the town. And like you don't know how she was able to meld her magic with the god of this world. Like that's not something typically she's able to do. Like she's powerful, but she's typically powerful within her own realm. And for her magic to now seeped into this world, she is her reach is becoming further and further and further. And from what you see of this orb, none of you are going to be able to deactivate this orb in a sense. So for now, you're going to have to contain it. And to contain it, you are going to need magics that don't really exist here. So you will need to find a specific stone that is located just outside of this area within another mountain. Because you were kind of flipping through the book that they gave you, and in it is all these different places Coralon kind of put stuff just in case Loth ever did kind of get to this world and was able to mess with it in any way. And you know that he put a stone within a specific mountain that let me go back to the map because the name is, I think it's the Ethrel Mountains. I believe it's up by the town of Ethrel. I gotta just look at the map real quick. Give me 1 second. Where's my map? Where's my map? Thank you very much. So keep going up into this right. Put your cursor top left. Yep, right in those mountains. Not WallsFar, go up. Yep, right in there. He put a special stone that can negate Loth's magic within these mountains.
I'm saying we're here.
Yes.
And we have to go up here. Sorry, I was muted. I was talking.
I told you, now you're really getting to the meat of the story. There's going to be lots to do. So the magic you would need to stop this orb, the counter magic, is within Coralon hid it within that mountain.
Okay.
Would we
got to get back to the librarian.
We do. I'm just trying to think of what
so now
would secure this area.
This is what you guys have found out in tonight's episode. You have found out that to save Adelaide, the herb is within the swamp. Iolanth has received a book from Coralon that he gifted to Thayan and Elandra, where he hid things throughout the world, just in case Loth ever reached this world. Because he knew that things were brewing with Aabraxxis. So he tried to leave whatever he could for his chosen within this world. So the herb is within the swamp. The stone is within that mountain. And now you have one fallen that got banished back to the death pools, which is in the shadow world. So it's going to take some time for messages to get back to anybody within this territory. So you have bought yourself some time, and you have these two fallen. You have Peter and you have the other fallen. One is marked, one is not marked.
Question: If he's asleep, is there any way that we can get him to change back into the human form so we can mark him?
No, only he can control that. And now that he knows that Valerie is a moon fairy because she revealed herself, he's going to stay transformed. He's not going to let himself be marked.
Would we know how to keep the fairies from like teleporting or like communicating telepathically or with like the?
Unfortunately, you do not.
I don't think I can. But would I be able to use my amulet to try to control them, to turn them back into his mortal form?
Your black soul amulet?
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. Okay. I know that was a long shot. I was just.
And since they're unconscious, can Lila put them, pixie them, dust them, so we can transport them easier?
Sure.
Would the librarian know how to maybe force them into doing it, or
possibly?
What about I've the names forget.
Faye and Iolandra, you won't know until you get to them.
So
yeah, we got to get to them. Well, let's say we just come back up and let the bark lady know, hey, you got some bad stuff going on down here that you might want to
relocate your tavern.
We're gonna come back. We're gonna have to come back to this. We'll be back.
So before everything started, we sent for like the guards to kind of be ready, also have some scent. Where are the guards in relation to?
Jonathan just showed up with a handful of guards.
We definitely let Jonathan know what's in the.
I'm gonna say let them know about that. I think almost kind of have like a bomb type thing where if the door opens, you just let it blow up or whatever. Try to keep, almost kind of like.
Well, it seems like they're going to want to keep that intact.
Tell you, disturbing this orb could destroy the whole town.
Yeah. No, we don't want to do a bomb because they don't want this destroyed. They're going to want this to stay.
And then this town getting overrun from the inside out. You see what I'm saying?
But we have to, the only way to fix it is to get that crystal, that stone.
Correct. But what I'm saying is, if that's, second thing on our list to go get, what happens if something happens where drow start coming by the droves, or, the spider from Law, they start coming in through this portal. We have no way of, they're going to be able to come back through. And that's the way I'm thinking.
I know, but I don't know what we could do until we get to the librarian maybe and talk to him and the clerics, because I'm sure they're going to be interested to see this.
Okay.
But I do want Jonathan, as he comes in, walk to see, look at Peter, look at what him and his friends are. One, of course, Peter stabbed and killed, but they've been playing this town. You had a teller here. He's been going town to town and planting seeds of darkness everywhere for Aabraxxis. And clearly he's done something to Peter. And they've built something behind and allowed for the barriers to be broken here with this orb behind the fireplace.
And Jonathan is actually, he's stunned. And he kind of just he sits down in one of the chairs and he's like, I failed. I thought this entire time I was keeping us safe by shutting our gates and not letting anyone in, and I don't know how to fix this.
It's happening everywhere. Don't feel bad. Just know that we're trying to fix this. And do you know anything about this teller that came to town?
All I know is that he showed up at the gates several months back, and I don't know where he came from, but I heard that and I thought it could be uplifting for the people here. When he did arrive, I was very hesitant to let him in, and he kind of looks and he said, but but Peter said it would be a good idea.
Yeah,
So Peter must have known him before then.
He didn't act like he knew it, but he agreed that it might be uplifting to have someone like him just within the town telling stories. And we've had a hard time here since I sealed the gates. It's very rare that I let anyone in, and I thought it was a good idea. I had no idea he didn't do anything here that would have made me think that he was evil in any way. He sang, he told stories. He didn't cause any chaos or havoc within my town.
Well, if you ever hear from Rohill, you'll know of the havoc that he created over there.
That's what I was trying to do. Word came via a craven bird that there was issues in Rohill, but we haven't heard from them in several weeks. And I was going to send Peter and a scouting party out to Rohill to maybe figure out and see what happened there. As far as we thought, maybe Rohill was destroyed.
No, it's not destroyed, but it was bad. Yeah, the teller, he pretty much sounds like he did the same thing there in a sense that he was trying to do here. He got the people to think he was a good person, blended in, and opened portals. Found a way to, or was trying to find a way to bring down their magic. And clearly he found a way to do it here.
It basically did almost basic. It is basically bringing down the magic.
Can we tell? Is this the real Peter? Like, was he tempted and then turned, or was it like? Is this like a you know? Did he? Can we tell based off of maybe would Valerie know, or would be able to tell, like, is this the real Peter that kind of became like a puppet for the Aabraxxis, or was this like a fall? Like, did he sign his life away, or was this really like a I guess a form?
And Valerie turns to you and she says, the only way that a fairy becomes a fallen is to have their wings clipped. Whenever we find darkness or somebody follows the path of darkness and pledges themselves to either the death gods or darkness in general, our King Fallis, or whoever sits in the high seat, can perform a specific ritual that clips their wings. And the only other being who can do such a ritual is Val, who is our Reaper. She reaps the souls of all fallen fairies and all fairies, and she's the only other one with the magic to be able to sever a fairy's wings.
So Peter wasn't. This isn't the original Peter that.
No, they are dark embodiments of what they used to be. It's still Peter, but just.
When did his wings get clipped? Wouldn't that be noticeable?
He can answer.
Wouldn't that be noticeable?
Like, couldn't we be looking at like the scars and stuff like that? Like, do they seem on like?
Oh yeah, I searched his pockets, by the way, for the map that he took.
And you find the map of the Cluster Islands.
And I look at it to see if there's anything on it that maybe they marked.
Not yet. He just took it, so no.
So there's nothing on there, nothing like investigating it?
Nothing right now, no.
Alright, well, I'm going to pocket it. And has he got anything else on him while I'm there searching his pockets of value? Otherwise?
On his persons,
yes.
He has a pendant, but it's not a dark pendant. It's a pendant you don't recognize, but he just has a pendant on him.
I'm gonna keep it just in case. Never know.
But Valerie does tell you that he's not of my house, so I wouldn't know anything about him.
Well, the pendant, is it of his house?
It is actually a pendant of the House of Trees.
House of
Trees.
Trees.
Yes.
Well, I'm gonna keep it. You never know. We might be able to find
Which
some more
Valerie
information
finds
about
very
it.
odd.
We just keep that for safekeeping. You never know. We'll ask the librarian about it, some other folks. We'll see what we can come up with. And as far as the other one, is there anything on him that we can search or
Well, if you
find?
give me, talk amongst yourselves for 2 seconds. I actually have, I forgot, I do have artwork of Peter. Let me go get it. So just talk amongst yourselves for a second.
And you guys, thank you all for coming and joining us tonight for some D&D action. We hope you all have been enjoying the show.
I forgot I got him done.
So guys, I don't know how we're going to work this because we're going to have to go to 2 different places almost simultaneously.
So, is there any marking? Well, we should find out if there's any markings of like maybe a rank or
Mm-hmm.
to see like where this I'm trying to think how to say it. Like military. What rank is at least?
Well, Jonathan might know that, right?
Well, no. I'm not talking about their rank now. I'm talking about the tree. The tree.
The pendant of trees.
Yeah. See if there's a rank. Like what rank? If it does show, it might not. But is he a lieutenant? Is he a captain? Is he? If it even shows that information,
Well, it might. We may not just know. We'll see.
Yeah, that's not anything that. But no, he has no specific markings on him per se. But that is what Peter looks like.
I take his sword. I don't need it, but I'm taking it.
He doesn't have that with him yet.
Bastard.
False advertising.
I know. Right? I mean, I didn't need it, but I figured, he doesn't need it anymore either,
He hasn't received it yet.
So I think we're gonna take. Oh, John, I don't know what Jonathan. I don't know what you want to do about this fireplace, but yeah, you might want to have some people watching this tavern. Like maybe y'all should shut the tavern down for now until we can get and figure out what's going on.
Yes, the barmaid says that she will close the tavern, and Jonathan says he will make sure that guards are posted up, and he's pretty sure that they and any longer will put some safeguards in place.
Are you trust these guards? Maybe Val should check them out first.
Sure, you could have Valerie check them out.
Do the old sniff test.
Yeah, she doesn't sense any more like anything from the shadow world on them.
She's probably like growling slightly at them. She can't stand them.
Can we put like the ale near like the door, so if we have to burn the ale to like make a big fire for anything that's coming through, we might be able to do something like that. Like kind of last ditch effort.
Like we're not catching it on fire now, but just put the barrels in front of the fireplace. Let the fireplace be out, of course.
Oh yeah. I'm not saying to do it. I'm just saying.
Yep, that's fine.
We're getting overrun. We have to burn the ale to make a little explosion.
There's something's trying to come through or something.
Yes, that's perfectly fine.
All right, and then we're gonna get Jonathan and the rest of our party and the dudes that are now hopefully they're pixelated down into tiny form. in Lila's little pouch, and we're gonna head back to the clerics and hopefully as well the librarian.
So you're heading back to the temple.
Yes.
Okay. So you guys arrive back at the temple, and Thayan and Elandra walk up to you, and they inform you that Adelaide is still alive. She's hanging on, but they need that herb.
Well, we got more problems than that, guys. Lila, show them what you got in your bag. It's
Lila. Who's coming?
So
jumps out the two.
I open up my bag and I pull out the fallen fairies.
And Thayan says, bring them, follow me. So he leads you up that same staircase and down that hallway with the doors, and he brings you into a different room. And when you guys walk into this room, you notice that it's filled there. The windows are blacked out. There's symbols all over the walls, the floor. Like there's just all these markings and ruins all over the place. And Thayan turns to you and says, no darkness will be able to contact them within this room.
Well, hang on. Just before you say that, you know how your walls aren't working for these guys? Yeah, the tavern we got them out of, behind a red fireplace, or a fireplace that glows red, yeah, there happens to be an orb from Loth down there deterring your magic.
And they both look at you, and they don't know who. They know of Loth, but they don't know much. They know that Loth is a nemesis of Coralon, but they don't have much history on her.
Iolanth, yeah.
Yeah, I'll explain to them the history since I am knowledgeable of it. Bring them up to speed as quickly as I can.
Yep. So Thayan says I can interrogate them if you would like.
Yes.
Which one did you mark?
Peter.
Can you make him big again, please?
Yeah, I made a big one.
I need. Thayan says I for this to work I need him full size.
Full size.
Can we put the other one in like a little box cage thingy?
If that's what you'd like to do with him, you can certainly. In
case he decides to wake up, I don't know.
That's perfectly fine. So, you guys tie Peter down into this chair, and Thayan kind of walks up to him, and he uses a wand, and he kind of takes his wand, and you can see him kind of speaking a spell under his breath, and almost think like smelling salt, and Peter like wakes up, and he's realizing where he is, and Peter looks at Thayan, and he is just like, I told you to try. I told you I was keeping you safe. Why did you let them do this to me? And Thayan replies, do what? We didn't even know that you were, he says. So they're kind of bickering back and forth, and Thayan is waiting for Elandra, and Elandra finally walks through the door, and she comes with like a little vial, and in this vial is like a yellow liquid, and Peter kind of looks at Elandra and looks at Thayan. He's like, stay out of my head, old man. Don't you dare enter my head. And Thayan laughs at him and goes, you're beyond any requests. And he's like now fighting it, like screaming, stay out of my head, stay out of my head. So Thayan takes this liquid, forces Peter's head back, and pours this liquid on the mark that Valerie put on his forehead. And as he pours, you literally see almost like this smoke and this black kind of smoke rise from out of the mark. And Thayan puts his hand on his forehead, and you see Thayan's eyes turn black as he's doing this. And he's like screaming, "Stay out of my head, stay out of my head." And it's almost like Thayan's trying, like reading his thoughts, reading his mind, trying to figure out who he is, what's going on. As he's doing this, you guys are all kind of just standing around watching because you've never seen something like this happen before.
Was he okay?
Several minutes, and Alondra looks at you and says, "He'll be fine. Just don't break the spell." So as he's kind of reading and finally comes out of this trance, Thayan almost looks like he can't believe what he saw. And he turns to you and he says, "I've never seen a fallen like this." And he turns to you and says, "He didn't fall for evil intent. He fell for love. He fell in love with a fairy from outside his house, which is, when I tell you a rule these fairies cannot break, you cannot, like, tree fairies can't love cloud fairies, moon fairy, they stay within their houses. It's forbidden. This love is forbidden." And he fell in love with a tree fairy, and his wings were clipped because of it. And he still has a pure heart.
Well, then why is he having this fuckery?
And he then said, "I told you, stay out of my head, old man. I told you, stay out of my head. I've been trying to do what I could to thwart my shadow leader and stop Aabraxxis and prevent all that I could. And I was trying to keep the other two fallen in line, and you just couldn't." And he looks at Valerie and he's just like, "You couldn't help yourselves. Just because you smelled the shadow world doesn't mean I'm of the shadow world." Now, mind you, Valerie is like, "You can't, fuck him. Don't believe him. He's full of shit. Don't listen to any pure heart."
Then why would you allow them to continue to have what's in that fireplace? Yeah, we found it. We know a little bit of what it is.
I didn't know what was going into the fireplace. I was just told to help build it, and I had no idea what they put within there.
Well, how did you think you fallen were able to walk around?
I honestly was not sure. He would know. And he points to the box you got his little friend in. He's the one who's basically in charge.
How do we get him to... Can y'all get in his mind to make him change back into his form? I'm talking to the clerics.
They do not possess that magic.
God damn. Does anybody have anything useful?
Let's just say...
What did the teller talk to you
and
about?
Thayan also reveals that Peter's true name is Xanios Clawfar.
Yeah, can you spell that?
Sure. Xanious. Xanios. Last name Clawfar. Cloufar.
CLOU?
Far. And he is a fairy from the House of Clouds.
What did you and the teller talk about? We know who the teller is.
I convinced him that this town held nothing of value to him, that there was nothing here for him to want or need, or these people were already beaten and broken and nothing but slaves at this point. So he moved on from this town and said, promised me that this place would be the last place they took. And I was trying to figure out a way to stop him altogether, but there's nothing I've been able to do. The shadow world is growing stronger. Aabraxxis' reach is further, and there's no one I could turn to my former house. Nobody would believe me. Nobody would listen to me. So I did what I could to basically interrupt or stop. I would cause havoc and destroy certain things, and I slowed them down, but I could never stop them. But I promised Jonathan that I would keep his town safe, and that's what I've been trying to do. He took me in, and when I was lost and broken and was giving up, and he restored my faith.
Can I tell if he's telling the truth?
Sure, you can roll and see if that would be what would that be? It's not bluff. What check would that be? Trying to think. Well, I don't have my list in front of me. I don't have my list in front of me of the check. I'm unprepared tonight.
I thought it would be either like inside or streetwise.
Yes, thank you. That was the word I was looking for.
Okay.
Thank you. I couldn't think of the word.
37.
You can tell that he's being truthful.
I looked about. I think he's being
and
honest.
Thayan basically reassures it that his heart is still pure. There's no darkness in his heart.
Why did y'all take the map of the cluster of islands?
All I knew was that they were looking for something within the cluster islands, and I thought if I could figure out what it was, I could find a way to sabotage it.
So they do plan on something over there.
Yeah, they're planning something big within the cluster islands. I am not in that circle.
I think, guys, we got to believe him at this point. It seems like he's telling the truth.
I don't know.
And Thayan turns to you and says, he watched them kill the woman that he loved, and they destroyed her soul to where she couldn't even move on or anything. Like the fairies spared her because he begged that just to take his, and the shadow world ended up killing her.
Do you guys have anything that we can do to this your friend? Do you know of any way that we can get some information out of your friend?
I wouldn't have any idea. I was a soldier. I did not delve in magic.
But you're a fallen. Either way, clearly you would know your weaknesses, your ways around your own magic.
It's not a way around magic. All I know is that we get angry, we can turn, and we're our strongest in our fallen form. But I don't know any weakness around making us transform.
What do y'all guys want to do with your friend then? I mean, if we can't get information, I would think kill him.
And Thayan tells you that the best bet would be just let the librarian deal with him. It's beyond his magics, but it shouldn't be beyond his.
All right. You want to take? Should we take Peter with us?
Thayan says he thinks it's a good idea, because if there is anything he is hiding, the librarian should be able to further really get a read on him.
That would be our next stop then.
And that will, I guess, we'll bring this episode to a close and get to the librarian on our next episode, so your party members can be with you, and we will take it from there.
Alrighty. Awesome. Good game, guys. Oh my gosh, how are we gonna get all this stuff done?
I know you guys, it was an information overload. I know.
Good game.
Good game.
But I told you the story really kicks up once you guys got into WallsFar.
Oh yeah, there's a lot now. We got a lot. We're gonna have to try to figure out how we're gonna get all this done before we all die. We can do it, team. We got this.
This is really where like everything.
Uh-oh. Did we lose Dana?
But at least you guys enjoyed this one.
Oh, there she is. Nope, you're back. You beat for just a second. There was
I'm
just
back.
a little tiny little portal glitch there.
Yeah, my lights flickered for a second.
Oh my god, the Aabraxxis can't take you away from us either, Dana. No. Stay in the light, Dana. Don't go to the darkness.
No, my lights flickered for a quick second. I told you my house.
Kiwi.
I think my house is haunted.
Glad you enjoyed. I hope you all out there watching and on the rewatch enjoyed tonight's episode.
Yes, the Matrix got me, Kiwi. It got me.
But yes, we got lots to do now. We finally gonna get to see this librarian. Well, that's got to be a good reunion for you, right, Alderwrath?
We'll see.
We'll see.
We lost Iolanth.
He's coming back. Yeah, I think he's been having some. Oh, there he is. There you are.
Kaya had to go pee. I had to take her out.
Aw. No, but I know. Yes, you guys will get to meet the librarian. He's going to be coming up there soon.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, and Iolanth is not happy now that you're seeing signs of Loth within the world.
No. I mean, there's no bad god. People could believe in whatever they want, but I don't like her.
She's from my understanding, and this is outside of game talk, my understanding, she's not good.
No.
Not in the slightest.
Not a fun lady to be around.
But isn't that what everyone says about the god that they don't believe in?
Maybe.
Huh, very true. But yeah, no, she
Trying
is
to be reasonable.
She is Team Aabraxxis all the way.
Well, clearly, she's merged her magic with his. I mean, what is his deal with these ladies?
All for the taint.
I know, right?
He likes spreading his taint throughout the world.
Clearly, he likes to merge his magics with other people.
He's a ladies' man.
Something else.
No, but I'm glad you guys had fun. I knew that this was going to be a lot of information tonight, and that you guys were going to be set up to have to do several things down the path. And some of it comes from what I had to fix with certain things that we will leave it at that, but this kind of gets the story back on track, and you guys are really going to be in the thick of it now.
There's a lot we still have to do now.
Mm-hmm.
Do I need to keep hanging on to this pendant now? Well, yeah, I'll hang on to it for now until after the librarian. Then maybe I'll give it back to Peter.
It's just a pendant from his love.
Oh, okay. I'll give it back to him then. I'm sorry. I didn't know I was keeping it for safety.
Hence why it was of the sigil of the House of Trees.
I know. That's why I was like, wait, do I need to still hang on to this? Because I started to feel bad. I'm like, maybe I don't need this pendant anymore.
Xanios is a very interesting character because even when I was writing him in my story, he is a fallen, so he has all of that darkness because of what comes with being a fallen, but he still holds a purity that I've always loved about writing his character. Like, he unfortunately has to be this dark person, but he never really was dark. Not like most fallen, they follow that path. They are darkness. They willingly either give themselves over or do, like, he was punished because he broke a sacred rule, and it's still the same as if you did something dark. So think of it like in like our real world, like you're punished for loving someone that you're not supposed to love, and the love is punished just as bad as something that's from hate.
It's Romeo and Juliet.
Kind of, sort of, yeah. And he like sacrificed himself, and they didn't also just like clip the woman that he loves wings. They let her go, but when the House of Trees was taken over and destroyed, she was killed.
Have a good night, Kiwi. Thanks for hanging.
Yes, thank you, Kiwi. So I hope everybody enjoyed. And
oh yeah. Oh, I'm excited to see where we're gonna go. We're gonna finally get to meet this librarian. Keep hearing so much about. We got these two dudes now. I mean, one's clearly super evil. Hopefully we can get some information out of him.
yes. But also, this is really where, like, even your story, Iolanth, really starts to kind of rev up. Because now you're starting to see more of Coralon, you're starting to see more of Loth. And since you're looking for Elistray because she was taken, like, you're going to start seeing pieces of your story come into play. So everybody's going to kind of start your stories, your individual stories are really also going to start to ramp up.
Great. Learn more about my religion. I look forward.
And I will send you like all the information about that book, and I will give you everything that you need to know about that book.
Okay.
But there will be moments where I'm going to do callbacks to it, to where you're going to notice something and you're going to look in the book and there's going to be information in there.
Okay. Sounds good. Look forward to it.
But no, thank you guys. I hope everybody is feeling good about where the story's going. And any final words before we say goodbye to everybody?
We're coming for you, Aabraxxis.
We're coming.
So this was fun. I enjoyed, because this was more about the story tonight than it was anything else. So I enjoyed it. But
yeah.
Thank you guys. I hope everybody had fun watching and playing and everything. So
Until
next time,
yeah.
be safe, have fun, love some D&D, and we will see you guys next Thursday for the next chapter.
Don't forget, roll them dice.
Yep. Good night,
Bye,
guys.
Good night. Bye.
Breaks on the battlefield, armor shines, blades are wielded, dragons roar, shadows yield, heroes stand bold and shielded. In the night, monsters creep, torches light, stakes are steep, magic flows, secrets keep, adventurers' promises deep. Roll the dice, we take flight, blazing trails and whispers cold from days of yore. Riddles old, treasure store. Champions chase legends